Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Game Station podcast. It's already gone horribly wrong. That's to be expected.
No, I'm sorry. I found out literally a few seconds before we went on air that there was a Final Fantasy dating sim, and then I found out it was a hoax, and I was mad. I was genuinely mad about this.
Were you mad because you couldn't monetize it and make a terrible Let's Play out of it? Is that how it is?
Maybe that was part of it, but I was also mad because that would genuinely be the most amazing thing on earth. A Final Fantasy.
He was sad that he didn't actually get to play it.
Thank you.
He expressed his love for it before we came on, and just the way he said it, it just
somehow I'm not surprised in any way, shape, or form by that. Not at all.
I'm sorry.
There's one thing Jesse enjoys. It's dating sims.
I do. They are wonderful. It's a lot of reading, but it's my 50 Shades of Grey, is what it is.
Exactly.
Wow.
It's true.
What
I like when the characters fall in love. I like when fake internet game characters fall in love. It's refreshing.
Why?
Look, I'm making this up as I go. Don't question me on this.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I guess it's probably time to introduce the people that will be ruining this show, including, once again, Jesse Cox. Welcome back.
I've done my job. Monster Energy drink. Send me more Monster.
What? You're not promoting Monster? Oh, God, he's got some of that evil genius's dirty money. I know how it is.
Give me some more of these. Drink company.
At least you're drinking the good one. Chaos is actually the best. Like
Ask
that one.
for a mini fridge too.
Yeah, they will give it to you.
Mini fridge. Monster. Everyone should tweet Monster.
No. God. E.g. Jesse Cox. That's how it's gonna be. Oh well. But Chaos is good, actually. That's probably the best tasting one. That's the one that doesn't taste like horrible chemicals, that doesn't feel like it's burning out your insides, so... That's an endorsement, I guess. This one won't kill you. Monster Energy drink.
Doesn't taste like burning.
Nah, Monster tastes pretty good. It's better than Red Bull, certainly, and... Ugh, relentless. Horrible. NOS, don't even get me started on that. I'll probably never get back to an MLG now because they're sponsored by NOS, but this is the one thing I wasn't allowed to say while at an MLG event. NOS gives me headaches, my god. Every time I drink a NOS, I'm like, what is it doing to my brain cells? But yes, NOS is great. Please hire me again, MLG. Also, the man with the biggest headphones in the world... The biggest. That's not headphones. That's actually headphones plus two very small seat cushions attached to each side of the head. It is WowCrendor. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I've already ruined this show once, and I plan to do it again.
For the second time running. To be fair, you're just looking to try and get up on the leaderboard there with JonTron, if I recall correctly.
Yes, we're battling for guest appearances. The most guest appearances.
I think you actually came prepared today, right?
I did. I came prepared because Brooke isn't here.
Yep.
So, I went... See, you gotta get one of these things. And then, you can put on... this.
God bless you, sir.
It's like you can't even...
Oh, genius.
Can't even tell the difference.
It's almost the same. It's almost the same.
It's, that's pretty much the same. Hang on, let me... This shouldn't be a problem. I'm just gonna modify the stream. Just to correctly reflect who this actually is.
Time!
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I don't even know.
It's like... I don't know how women do this. Or like Aerosmith or whoever has long hair.
Oh my shit! You win! You win! You've won the episode! I cannot out-comedy that. You win.
Victory is mine. This is what Aerosmith will look like once he reinvents himself and goes on Dancing with the Stars.
Aerosmith is a band, not a guy. Like, this is what Aerosmith overall.
I don't pay attention.
The entirety of Aerosmith is encompassed in this one wig.
No.
I've harnessed their powers.
I'll wear this for as long as my head doesn't itch.
About 5 minutes then.
I feel
Pretty
we should
much, yeah.
change-
I'm counting from now, so it's currently 3:17 on the east coast of the US, and the countdown begins now.
Ow.
In the meantime, welcome In the Littlewood, aka Martin, if you prefer that, because In the Littlewood's a bit of an awkward thing to say.
Yeah,
So welcome.
it's a long to say. Yeah, so
Pretty
yeah,
much, yeah.
hello. Thank you for having me on the podcast and whatnot.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
We've had. I don't know. I'm a little bit scared to be on the podcast today because you've
be.
expressed like for me in the past and dislike. So I'm like, oh god, which one's
As long as you
winning
don't
today?
burst into song, that'll be fine. If you do, then I'm just kicking you from the Skype call. That's how it's going to be. Just
Just twisted the call though. That's
Yeah.
the problem.
I'm particularly
I thought you
loving
were
the
scared
ensemble
of
you've
me.
got going on right here. The comparison of the green screen with the green shirt is truly wonderful.
I'm
Yeah.
hoping TGS has their technical wizards get together and like just make it a floating head.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
chroma
That's what-
key the shit out of that thing. Yeah, it'll be really good.
Floating head and a little floating dynamite.
Because
and you're
that'll
good.
that'll work on a webcam feed that's a bit shaky. Yeah, that'll be great.
Just line all this up. There you go. I can go like that. Although there's this. I mean, you can crop that. That's not a problem.
I wonder if I could actually
Yeah.
chroma key it from here.
Yeah, they've got it on XSplit.
Yeah, I could try. I could try that.
Yeah.
The problem is I need to know which screen region you are, and then it's like,
Then today's episode will just be like a normal episode because Dodger's here, and then in the little head will be our guest.
in the.
And he'll just float-
head.
he'll
Oh,
just float
God.
around,
Oh.
and best episode ever. You're welcome, internet.
This is why you're friend zone, Jesse.
Oh.
Thanks, dear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I'm attempting to
really
chroma
annoying.
key him right now. It's not working. I think the webcam is probably not a suitable tool for this. Oh yeah, let's eyedrop this.
Stop messing with your hair.
It gets in my face and it itches.
Okay, I've managed to put a hole in his shoulder.
Oh, there
I'm
we go.
working on it.
Oh, yeah,
Working on it.
we're almost there.
We see it in a bit of a delay, though. It's the only problem.
Yeah. That's-
I cannot even focus.
You did it. Where is it? Where
Yes,
is
I
Wait
did it.
for it.
This is art right here.
Oh God!
That
Too much chroma key. Too much chroma key. Oh shit! It's PewDiePie. All right. Anyway,
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Whoa.
Podcast.
Whoa.
has
watch
gone
me
to
get
another
scared,
level.
guys. I'm Swedish. Ah! Anyway, let's continue the podcast, shall we? By asking what exactly we have been playing this week. Why don't we start with Dodger? What have you been playing?
Well,
Don't
Okay, well-
even think about it.
Sherlock.
in actuality, I've been playing Guild Wars 2 with Jesse like every day, and various other games, but mainly Guild Wars 2.
Yep.
Various other games meaning like Team Fortress 2, Counter-Strike, Global Offensive.
How have you been liking Counter-Strike Go? Because I've been playing the shit out of that lately, and it's really rather awesome.
I like the fact that they just kept the old model of Counter-Strike and just made it better, because they were just like, well, we're not going to improve the game, so just give it
Give it more
make 'em-
stuff.
Yeah, it's
That-
pretty fun. I'm liking it.
I like the way that they've also put in what's essentially incremental steps of getting into the proper mode. Like, Demolition is a really good way to start learning the basics of Counter-Strike, but not have to worry about item management and shit like that. Plus, I gotta say, that the demo maps are really good. There's
They are.
There's the bank map and safe house is awesome. And that's just, I think that's mobsters versus SWAT team. And they've got to plant a bomb on the safe, which would blow up everything in the safe, including all the valuables, one would assume. But they don't give a fuck because they're mobsters. And they're wearing pinstripe suits. They even got some really dodgy voice actors to do it as well.
Yeah, see?
So like, Tango spotted. It's like, cops! Oh, God! It's...
Yeah.
And they just give Dust its own thing. It's like, you want to play Dust?
Yeah, there's a
You-
Dust
yeah.
playlist, which is just
Yeah.
Dust. It's just called Dust Mission. It's like, you go play on that playlist, this is Dust. But of course, like, all the usual stuff is still in there, like the custom servers and everything. That's all there via the server browser. But I just find myself playing via the matchmaking. It's good. It puts you in 5v5s. It seems to roughly get the skill level right. It works well for the most part. It's a lot of fun, and demo is actually an enjoyable game mode.
Indeed, it is.
Yes.
No, he's absolutely right. It is. I mean, Go's actually kind of awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Even
How
though
many times have you
technically,
played-
what?
How many times have you played it?
Not nearly enough because I've been playing Guild Wars 2 all week, like
Yeah.
a schlub. That game is 9,000% of my time.
Just play Arms Race. You can get through 20 games in an hour. It's really not that difficult. Arms Race is really quick game mode. It's a good way to learn the weapons as well and learn how to use each one, because you basically get almost every weapon in the game through Arms Race. It's neat. It's fun. I like it. So tell me about Guild Wars 2, because I gotta be honest, I haven't had a chance to play it yet. I've got it's right here. Someone sent me this. There's a copy of Guild Wars 2, and it's like, hang on a second, I already own this, but I hadn't got around to playing my version. So this is actually sitting here. I'll probably do a giveaway on this. You know, I might do a giveaway later in the show, because I've heard this is actually sold out. So this is unopened. So maybe we do a giveaway for our live viewers. That might be cool.
Is it
That'd
sold
be
out
cool.
physically or digital copies as well?
I heard both, but then again,
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
last
Wow.
week. So
Damn.
it's just like, we ain't got no more server space. We're not letting anyone else in.
That's like original WoW. Because I remember when I got original WoW, I couldn't find it anywhere, and I had to go to like some GameStop like half an hour away that had 2 copies left.
Yeah,
It was crazy.
yeah. So
I
might do that.
Yeah, no, people were freaking out, like, how can you be sold out of a digital copy? And it was like, it's because they don't have any more
They got no
room.
space on the servers.
Yeah.
They just can't put any more people in it.
But yeah, they just started selling it again yesterday or the day before, something like that. So it's there now if you
Yeah,
must have it.
indeed. So what do you reckon to it so far? I ain't played a damn thing of it past the beta. So
I think
how is it?
I think Crendor will back me up on this. The stuff I said back when I said what I thought of the beta and people like had a shit fit, I still believe the exact same thing. After playing, I'm like 67 right now. After getting that high and seeing the story and everything in it, the PvP is terrific. The PvP is like the best there is. World v World is amazingly fun, and the fact that you can level up in there is a blast. I'm calling you out, Angry Joe. Angry Joe moved to one of the enemy servers that my server faces, so we are going to destroy him.
Nice.
And it turns out that that's great. PvP is great. The crafting system, Crendor can go on and on about that. The
Yep.
cooking system is nutso. It's so much fun.
I've spent
But
hours cooking.
It's
Hours.
The story, though, the story and the questing still angers me immensely. Like, the questing is still,
It's the
Instead
same
of,
as
like,
WoW, pretty much.
instead of the WoW
Same,
questing
like,
where it's, yeah. I mean,
template.
instead of being like, you go to a questing hub, and when you're there, it's like, get 10 bear asses. And then the next thing is get, kill 20 bears. And the next thing is, like, collect bear poo, right? And that's 3 separate quests. Instead, you go to an area, not a questing hub, but just an area that has a bar. And that bar gives you options of collect bear poo, kill bears, get bear asses, and whatever you do fills that bar.
Yep.
Same damn concept,
All they do is
really.
remove the number.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's actually so important, though, in my opinion, because I'm sick to death of shopping lists in my video games. I
Yeah,
should not
same.
know this shit unless there is a lore reason for me to know. It's like, you must collect the 5 mystical crystals of Angmodar, rather than, we need a bunch of sticks. You don't know specifically how many sticks, so you go and bring them sticks until they say, hey, thanks, we've got enough sticks now. So I like the fact that they obfuscate that. But you're right, I mean, it is WoW questing, it's just they hide it better than WoW does. And that,
Yeah.
to me, is actually enough to enjoy it more.
And I also
It's-
like the freedom as well of, before you just say, okay, go kill 10 of this monster, whereas now you can say kill 10 of that monster, or it actually feels a bit more real, like more of a reality, because it's saying, okay, either kill the gods,
Or
you
go
can
do
release
something
the
else.
business,
Yeah.
or you can do another thing. And I feel like you sort of go into that area and you have your own game plan. If you're strong at melee, you're going to be doing underwater combat. If you've got a lot of agility, you're going to sweep past them and free the prisoners. I think it's definitely works
It
for
helps.
every class.
Yeah. I just think there's only so much you can really do with a questing system in an MMO, because everyone else has to fucking do it as well. So
Yeah.
unless you instance the crap out of it, it becomes really jarring to say, oh, you saved the world. Oh, so did I. That's a wonderful thing. At which point you wonder, well, why the hell is this an MMO? I might as well just be playing a single-player game. And then all of that stuff, you don't have that immersion breaker of other people running around and acting like idiots while you're trying to save the planet.
And I think that's something they actually try to address, I guess. When you later in the game, you essentially become a secondary character. Like most MMOs, you're the main story person, the protagonist. And this, you're like a guy who hangs out with the heroes.
Good.
So you're not even like that important, really. But one of the things that I think really is detrimental to the game is the story for PvE in dungeons. Everyone who's done dungeons, I know very few people who are like, that was totally worth my time. It's ridiculous. It's basically for 90% of the dungeons, except for like 1 or 2 that are actually really well done. Most of the dungeons are throw yourself at a boss, die, respawn, keep fighting the boss while everyone else is doing it. Because he just has one-shotting abilities.
Yeah.
And it's just, some of them are really badly designed. The very first dungeon is like 20 times harder than the second.
Yeah, I heard
reason.
about that.
For no reason. And everyone I asked, like, every time I'm like, hey, who wants to do this dungeon? People are like, I'll do it, but, it's going to be a waste of your time. The stuff you get in there, you can get PvP or questing or buy it or make it. It's not even, and it's most of the loot is random, so it has a Diablo 3 feel to it. So you can be busting your ass for 2 hours in a dungeon and get stuff that
gear.
isn't even for you. Not even for you. And I guess the point is like trade it or sell or whatever, but it's still disheartening to spend all that time and get nothing.
Yeah, apparently that's the same right the way until the end game as well. Because there's people that have been playing it, and they fought a dragon for nearly 3 hours, and they got crap out of it.
And the worst part is at around level 60, you fight a dragon on I'm not going to spoil where, it doesn't matter. But you fight a dragon, and it's a major dragon fight. It's a lot of story elements leading up to this, and I'll get to the story in a second, but a lot of story elements leading up to this, and it's like the dragon fight is the dragon stands still and has 4 abilities, and then you and your friends and like NPCs fight the head of the dragon as it like stands still and like goes Rah! And it's 25, 30 minutes of a fight that nothing happens. And it's like, no, why is this happening? And I hear the final fight of the game is really bad as well and kind of a letdown. And so it's like, why is this a thing? Like this, it's really disappointing. And
well, even like my storyline's boring. Like I play the little people. I still don't know what they're called. I just call them the little.
Yeah, I was going to roll up on Asura because like initially it seemed like the story would be pretty good. The characters are quite interesting. The whole techno magi thing is cool to me.
Like I started it and it was like kind of interesting at the start, but as I kept going, I lost interest in it. And it got to where they're like, listen to the professor talk. And like, it's like, I don't want to listen to people talk. I want to play the game. It's just, I don't know. I lost interest over time.
For me, and I think a lot of people have expressed this as well, and but a lot of people are like, it might just be the human storyline, but I played the Norn, and the Norn are just as fractured. What it is the game starts out with a great concept. Like, you choose your character, you choose their backstory. Like, okay, in my case, I basically made Bruce Wayne. He's an orphan, he doesn't know his parents, and he's filthy rich. Like, that's my character. And so the story starts out as you are, it sets you up as being filthy rich. You have like a really rich friend, and he's like a womanizer, and you go around and you help him get out of trouble. After that initial level 1 through 10 storyline, it stops, just completely stops, and you move on to the next story. But there is no continuation or like bridge between the two. So you go from palling around with your friend, like getting him out of trouble, to suddenly you're looking for your parents. And as you look for your parents, the story ends, and I'll just do like a finger hold, so people don't want to listen, like mute your volume right now. The story ends with you finding your parents' graves, and you find out that they were spies, and they fled the kingdom because they worked for the queen and they were being hunted. And so you find them out in the woods, and the quest ends with, well, if they're dead, who buried them, right? And it's sort of like a cliffhanger, like, okay, what happens now? The story just ends there. There is no continuation, and you move on to choosing which order to join, which is a really cool concept. But then that part goes on to, like, it's just choppy. And by the time you get to anything important, like one of the characters, Tybalt, goes out, like, I can't even spoil that, but it's like, what a waste of a character. And it's really aggravating because I love story, and this game, the story's all over the place.
It's like they
really
tried to add customization, but in the process of trying to do that, it got really choppy. Like, you can be an orphan, you can do this, but then it's like, oh, we'll jump from this storyline to this storyline.
So how do we
right away.
connect
Yeah.
it all together and actually make it make sense and keep it at the same quality level? You reckon they maybe bit off more than they can chew in that regard?
A little bit. It sort of branched off for me. It sort of fizzled out after you leave the initial 1 to 15 areas. So where your race inhabits, once you step out of there and it starts to overlap with, so like the Asura place is quite close to the Solvari place, which is what I am. I think it's called like the Brisbane Wildlands or something like that. And as soon as I got into that area, I noticed that there was a distinct lack of, continuity in it. It just sort of disappeared really entirely.
It's unfortunate.
And that's, I mean, and that's sad, but that's really my only complaint with the game. Like, the story and PvE I'm like a little down on, but because like most MMOs, after you get to the cap, that stuff really doesn't matter anymore. So right now, like, grinding through levels, I'm kind of like, man, they could have done this better. By the time we reach endgame, it's really unimportant. Like, things become bigger, and the game, like, gameplay mechanics are terrific. The other night, Crendor and I were running through the Maelstrom volcano.
Volcano Land.
Yeah, whatever, Volcano Land.
Volcano Land sounds like a goddamn theme park.
Halfway through, there was an event, and it was like, go kill these destroyers, and you have to go through the volcano, and you fight this huge thing, and at the end, the Asura are, like, powering, trying to suppress the volcano from erupting, and then after you do this ridiculous event, at the end, this giant... He looks like one of the bad guys from Metroid, blows out of the volcano, and so now you all have to fight him. It was a terrific event. Took forever, but it was actually engaging and fun, and that's the kind of endgame stuff that I'm like, okay, story aside, I don't care that sucks. This is kind of badass.
Well, that's the thing with the questing, too, is, like, even though it's, like, kind of the same, it's, like, it's still a step forward. Like, the fact that you don't have to have lists of stuff. And, like, I went to a town, and there's some guy who had an amulet or something. And he was like, oh, I have this amulet. And some guy tries to steal the amulet. And if you fail to help that guy steal the amulet, the guy summons, like, a demon that destroys the town. So, like, that's pretty cool. But
That's
then
I was going to say, that's a bit extreme in comparison to the stuff at the start. It's like, oh, they run off with our supplies again. Let's go get them back. It's like, oh, you failed to get the amulet? Demons everywhere. Town in ruins. Everybody dies. You fucked up, son.
But even then, like... half an hour later you go back and it's like there's the guy like I need to protect my amulet, and it's just like that's just
still needs to protect the amulet, bro. You know, it ain't going away. He still wants the amulet.
Side of MMOs.
I guess
That's
maybe
MMOs,
Martin or
isn't it?
Crendor can talk about the crafting. The crafting is
Crafting
maybe
is
my favorite part of the
amazing.
game. It might be the best part of the game.
Discovering new recipes is definitely something that I enjoy doing. You start off with the really basic ones. You'll make like a hilt and then the actual blade for a sword. You'll get a new recipe from that, and then you'll actually start to mess around with all these little different components. And I kind of like the fact as well that you got the deposit or collectibles because it's all there. I like that the bank is within the crafting
that
station
button
as well.
is the best thing to ever come into MMOs.
Yeah, it
There's
is.
just not even a
Yeah.
question about it. It's like, hey, inventory management, just shovel your crap in there. We don't care about this nonsense. Thank God someone realized that nobody cared about that.
Yeah,
what's
the
so
inclusion with the bank as well inside the crafting station is a massive thing.
Yeah, that's ridiculously
Saves it
good.
running back and forth.
Yeah.
That's what's fun about crafting too, is like just messing around and like throwing stuff and being like, oh, I wonder if this can make something. And like you can go on database, like Guild Wars 2 database,
Yeah,
but like you don't even want to. Like you're just like, this is fun doing it like this.
Describing the level of crafting is like rocket science. For people who have not actually played the game, let's see if I can. In order to make spaghetti and meatballs, you first need to learn how to make the spaghetti. Then you need to learn how to make the tomato sauce. Then you need to learn how to make meatballs. Then you need to learn how to combine all those together. Like, there's the flow chart of learning the like high-end crafting for, you know, being a chef or whatever is ridiculous. To make things like souffles and things like that. And it's just like you need to learn this and this and this and this and this and then combine them all together. It's really in-depth, and it's much more so than anything else where it's like in WoW, for example, once you get a certain amount of fish, you can make food out of it, and they eventually added spices, but really there's not much depth there. With this,
Yeah.
it's like you need to learn every aspect of crafting of like an actual real recipe, and I think it's genius. And the way that they do it is, if you played Skyrim, it's kind of like that, where you put stuff together, like when you're trying to do elixirs or whatever. It's kind of like that, where you're trying to figure it out and solve how to do it. It's a terrific concept. They nailed it with that.
Yeah. Also, the thing of not limiting you down to two specific crafting areas as well. So you can be a chef, and then later on you can go from doing leather work to doing, armor and weaponsmithing. You can do all of them. It's very open.
Seems pretty good. I mean, I used to be in WoW. I used to really be into crafting. I had an entire enchanting business on my server. I used to be basically the best enchanter. I would buy materials at lower price, basically wholesale. I had agreements with people. That was all really fun. That was actually more fun than the rest of the game for me, because I was kind of creating my own enjoyment. It's a shame I would never have time to do all this stuff in Guild Wars 2 now, though, which is kind of upsets me, because that sounds like a really good crafting system.
It is, and here's the thing: you don't. I mean, I guess aside from going off and questing to find the items, you don't need to technically do anything but crafting, because crafting levels you. Like, you get experience for crafting. So it's like many free-to-play games, there's a lot of ways to level, and I think that's a terrific option here.
Yeah.
But like many free-to-play games, your bag space is limited. So when you start crafting and you have, like, I need this, spaghetti sauce and the meatballs, and
Buy our
your
gems.
inventory is it's like, well, you can buy more bag space, and I'll admit I fell victim to that immediately. It was like, bag space purchase. Yeah. They got my money.
And it worked. There we go. Free-to-play obviously operating pretty damn well in that regard. But closing thoughts on current state of Guild Wars 2, something you're going to continue to play?
Take this wig off.
There we go, and that
There
would
it
be,
is.
ladies and gentlemen, wow, that's quite impressive. 16 minutes there, Crandall. Congratulations.
Wow.
Thank you.
I like that you're going to keep that.
Now I look like
what you would call
Exhibit.
that. You too.
He
You
was
look
at
exactly
Gamescom.
like him.
That was
What
the
about dogs, eh?
thing of my life. I see R2D2 walking by at Gamescom in the EA Business Lounge, and then following him was Exhibit. I was like, really?
Yeah,
it's got
this
written
He's the-
all over it.
is pretty
He's the new
standard.
C-3PO. That's the next movies, the next 3 in the trilogy.
That is the E3
Are-
lounge in a nutshell, in my
Yeah.
experience, having been there last year. It's like, what the hell is going on in this place? But it's cool. As I say, I've always said this to anyone. If you get access to Gamescom as press, do try and get into the E3 lounge, because it is weird and awesome. It's well worth it.
It's, that was my favorite. Like, that someone needs to just cut that. It is weird and awesome.
Jesse
That was
Cox,
great.
2012.
That was a
Weird and
great
awesome.
line.
That's it, man. That's how it is. Speaking of free-to-play, I played around a little bit with Gotham City Imposters, and they've now gone free-to-play with that game, which is something they really should have done from the start, because it was a $15 shooter that had unlocks, and they were also like doing DLC sales, like you could buy the costumes instead of earning them and stuff like that. And it was a pretty good game, but not many people played it, and eventually they decided, you know what, screw it, let's make it free to play on PC and add a bunch of stuff. And like, oh, this is good, because they got rid of Games for Windows Live, swapped it with Steamworks, which is universally a better idea, and the game's actually a lot of fun. And there's a cannon that shoots parrots.
As you do.
As you do.
Makes sense.
It's
Makes sense
this
to me.
giant ship's cannon that's obviously been ripped off a ship and repurposed to shoot homing parrots. And it turns out that's actually a pretty good weapon. So
Sounds like a good
Yep.
weapon.
it does. They're doing the whole TF2 thing, selling
you run out
hats
of
and
parrots.
outfits and things like that. But as a free-to-play game, it's surprisingly good. You can unlock all of the weapons yourself without too much of a problem. Everything's mostly balanced. There's a few problems here and there, but it's worth actually trying out. If you haven't tried Gotham City Imposters, the free-to-play version is on Steam, and it's genuinely fun.
Is that what you were buying hats for the other day?
Yeah.
You were like, I'm buying hats.
They had a steampunk pack, so I bought the frickin' steampunk pack. I'm so sorry. But it's just like, hey, I actually really like this game. I guess I'll buy some stuff for it. I own the original, and you get like $23 worth of DLC if you own the original, so you get most of your stuff back. Because they migrated everything over, but they didn't migrate the accounts, so you lose all your unlocks and you're back to level 1, which is a bit of a kick in the teeth. But you get a DLC which replaces most of that and even gives you some new stuff, so it's hard to complain. As I've got all of the add-ons unlocked, the vast majority of the guns unlocked, all of the costumes unlocked, aside from the new premium stuff they just put in, so it's good. It's legit good. And playing as a fake Batman with a cardboard box on your head that's got little bat ears is pretty fun. The costume customization in that game is hilarious. There's about 20 different ways to fake a bat emblem on your chest, and they're all terrible. One of them is just a Batman tie. It's just a tie with bats on it. And there's another one where they just, it's a emblem that they've taken from, I think, a lunchbox and just glued to their chest at an angle. It's pretty kick-ass.
You never know what to do. Sell hats.
Mm-hmm. It's a business model. Thanks to Valve, it is now a business model. You can sell hats.
Mm-hmm. There's gonna be...
We lost
Jesse disappeared.
We lost Jesse.
I'm
Sorry.
here. I don't
He'll be
know what
back.
happened. That was weird.
Yeah, we lost Jesse for a second, but he's back. It's all good. It's all good.
You
Yeah.
started talking about something or other, and
I thought you were gonna appear with a hat, but you didn't.
Yeah, that would have been the pinnacle
good.
of comedy. And I also noticed you've replaced your avatar again on Skype with something even more fruity than last time.
Someone, an awesome fan, drew a picture of you as well, myself, and Dodger. Dodger and I replaced our Skype images with that image. There's one of you floating out there, and it's gorgeous.
You got a link for it? I want to see it.
Somewhere. I'll find it and send it to you. Mine has a space butterfly on it, and hers is like her drinking coffee out of a creeper mug. It's very creative. We have wonderful fans, sir. So there.
Martin,
Yeah.
tell me more about the Yogscast fan base. You love them all, right?
Most of them, yeah. Most of them, they're all right. They're still, I don't know. You sort of interesting to see because I've just moved here to the offices, so.
Indeed, you have. Yeah, you are now in Yog Towers, as they call it.
Yes, in the little basement. But yeah, it's interesting.
In
to
the
see
little
how-
basement. Is that the new name of your
The
channel?
Yog basement.
Yog basement. In the little
In
basement.
the little basement.
In the
That's
little
amazing.
basement. See, it works in the same way. You put yogs at the front of everything. I put in the little in front of everything. It works. It's good. But yeah, it's all right here actually. It's really, really nice. But yeah, with the Yognaut audience, it's interesting to see how they warm to new people because they like what they like and they don't what they don't. So if something
You do
new appears on
Minecraft,
the
right?
scene-
I'm sure you'll be fine.
Say again, sorry.
I said you do Minecraft, right? I'm sure you'll be fine.
Yeah, I do that. I do Minecraft songs, and they seem to enjoy those. So I just have to be like, I'm the guy that did that, and then they're like,
Oh, we like you now, yeah.
yeah. With that,
Who's this new
yeah,
guy?
You're also,
We don't like
Yeah.
change.
I want
No,
to point
no.
out, you said what I think might be the most diplomatic statement I've ever. They like what they like, and they don't what they don't. You are like one step away from being a politician. That was
They are a
brilliant.
bunch of dicks. And
But yeah. So I like it here. It's nice. It's definitely a big move. Literally moved my entire life here. So it was a big step.
you moved your
but it's
entire
definitely
life
paid off.
into the little basement.
Into the little basement. Yeah. Before it was in the little bedroom, and now we have in the little basement. So we're stepping up or down. I guess that's down, isn't it? Downstairs.
I guess so. That pretty much qualifies. Anyway, video games. What else have you been playing?
I've been playing Jet Set Radio HD.
Oh,
over the
on
last day or
what?
two.
On what format?
Um,
That's not out on PC yet, is it? Because they said they were going to bring it to
No.
PC.
So yesterday it came out, or the day before. So no, it was yesterday. Yesterday it came out for PlayStation Plus users. PlayStation 3 users get it a week
Oh, I should
yesterday,
grab it then.
and then another week following that, it comes out for XBLA and Steam as well.
Right,
I actually
okay.
played it on XBLA. We got a copy and whatnot, and I've never played the original. I played Jet Set Radio
Played the
Future
shit
time
out
and
of the
time
original.
again.
It is so good.
Yeah, I'm
you-
actually really enjoying it.
Did you just say it was free on PlayStation Plus, or am I making this up?
It's
Did I
free on
did I hear?
PlayStation Plus. From what
Oh,
I've
Ching
yeah.
ching.
Oh, I'm going
Yet
right
another
now.
reason why PlayStation Plus is great.
Is the
And
best.
Yeah.
I will never say a bad word against PlayStation Plus because I've got so much free shit from PlayStation Plus, and you pay about $4 a month for it. It is a joke.
$4.99
It's
is
ridiculously
Yep.
cheap.
steal.
yeah.
Yeah.
Xbox
But yeah.
should learn something from that.
Yeah,
$10.99 for nothing.
Yeah, enjoy, paying $10 a month for adverts on your Xbox. Yeah,
And you
that's a
can
great
use
service, Microsoft.
Netflix.
I can use Netflix on my television. I don't
That's
give a
what I mean.
fuck. It's-
Yeah.
I don't need an Xbox for that.
Yeah.
I've got Netflix button on my television remote. That's just how it is now. So screw that. But yeah, what do you think of it then? Because I'm interested to see from the perspective, because I'm the opposite. I didn't play Jet Set Radio Future because I didn't have an Xbox, but I did play the hell out of the original on the Dreamcast. So what are your thoughts?
Graphically, it's still not up to par with Jet Set Radio Future, but I didn't expect it to be. It's just it's a much more polished version of the original from what I can see. Like, I've ran it on an emulator once just to see what the difference is.
Yep.
So that's fine. Controls wise, as in, the way you approach grinds when you jump off stuff and you're actually trying to control your direction in the air, that's a little bit more, you have to really nail it. Whereas in Jet Set Radio Future, there's a little bit more leeway with that.
Oh, yeah. Enjoy the final level then. Holy shit.
Oh, God. The final level in Jet Set Radio Future was bad enough, so I'm dreading this.
The original, oh, Jesus Christ. Like, just enjoy lots and lots of helicopters shooting at you and the fact that you're grinding on the roofs of skyscrapers and horrible things are happening and one slight misstep sends you off the edge and you have to start again.
Oh, God. It sounds like a Mario 64, 1.5 hour run through. You have to, nail every jump and every...
You do. Yes,
everything.
you do. It took me a long time to beat that game. It was worth it, as it was genuinely good. And I heard they've got the whole soundtrack back now. There was rumors that they weren't going to get it all.
All bar one song, so it's 99%.
Which is the one they didn't get?
I'm not sure.
I was going to say, please don't tell me it's the one that I really like, which is... What's the name of it? It's something Ball Breakers. Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, Miller Ball Breakers is the name of the really great song from there.
I'm sure there'll be a list somewhere, but I noticed as well that coming from playing the sort of the sequel, I guess, a lot of the music is carried through to the later on version of it, which I thought was interesting. I was expecting an entirely new soundtrack that I hadn't heard before, but it's sort of like 50-50. Half the stuff in Future is in the original one as well.
Yeah, and there's some remixes and things into Future, actually. And just FYI, the two songs that are missing are Yappy Feet and Many Styles, which I couldn't care less. It's got the David Soul stuff in it.
And it's got all of Heidekai's stuff in there as well, and those songs are brilliant. Question, when it comes to the spray painting, I don't know if this was added in during the remake of the original, but in Jet Set Radio Future, there was never a thing where you had to rotate the stick in order to spray a large
That was in the original
canvas. Was it? Okay.
Yeah, if you want to do a large canvas, you have to perform a few thumb gymnastics to make that work.
Yeah, whereas in Future, it's literally you roll by, and if you can, spam the trigger quick enough, you can nail, a 5 in a row.
That sucks. In that you had to basically do various some of them were randomized, I think, on the larger thumb motions, and then there's the medium ones that take maybe one or two, and then, of course, you can just do the short ones or the spray as you go past. Do they still have the ability to make your own spray? Because that was the best thing.
I think so, yeah. I know that they ran a massive competition as well leading up to it to have people's art put into the game and stuff. But I've not had a mess around in the garage too much yet. But a thing I've noticed is with those thumb gymnastics, it's been the same every time for me so far.
Huh.
I don't know if that varies depending on character, because I've just been playing beat.
It's definitely varies on character, because characters have different stats for spraying. So I think if you have a lower stat in spraying, then you have to do more thumb gymnastics to actually get it working.
So,
yeah,
that makes sense. But yeah, I really like it. Definitely, I don't feel too much of a difference from Jet Set Radio Future. So it sort of shows how timeless it is. I don't know how many other games are in because when it loads up, it says Sega Heritage, and that's a badge that I've never really seen before. I don't know what other games are in that. I'm assuming Crazy Taxi's in it, maybe, because that's been re-released a crap ton of times. But yeah, Sega Heritage is new to me.
Sega Heritage Collection trailer. There's actually one on Steam at the moment. Sorry, not Steam. Oh, shit. Is that Knights? Yeah, apparently it's Jet Set Radio, Sonic Adventure 2, and Knights. Knights HD. I had no idea that was coming. Knights is incredible. It's just a genuinely amazing game. That's one of the best games Sega ever made. So I'm really happy to see Knights coming to whatever it is that they're bringing it to. If that comes to PC, I will be incredibly happy.
So do you think this is something that they should do more of, or do you think they should just be those games are good, leave them in the past sort of thing?
They should never be leaving them in the past, because especially with Knights, because Knights was on the Saturn. Yeah, that wasn't a Dreamcast game, so a lot of people didn't get to play Knights, and then they did a new Knights game on the Wii, and half of that was shit, because it was, hey, let's do some platforming as the kids on the ground, rather than you get to fly through the air and be a goddamn amazing creature, which is what the original Knights was all about. That's all you did in the original Knights, is you flew around these levels. Levels were essentially... To say it's 3D, it was actually one of the first 2.5D games, truly 2.5D, where the levels were actually circular. So you went around the level, and it seemed like you were playing in 2D, but sometimes you came out at the screen, sometimes you went into the screen, and that game was just fantastic. It really was, and the sequel was a joke. So, yeah, it's great that they're bringing Knights. Sonic Adventure 2, don't really care. I mean,
No,
Sonic
I'm
Adventure
not
2
massively
Battle was on GameCube, and then it was a Dreamcast thing, but the games that were on Saturn that were really good and people haven't had a chance to play, they should definitely do that. I mean, we've already got Guardian Heroes, the Treasure, ported to Xbox Live, and that's great. So now we're getting Knights as well, and there's a bunch of other games that I'd really like to see come over. That would be awesome.
Was Saturn released before or after the Sega Genesis? Because the
It was
Genesis was
after.
my first console, so I can never remember.
Saturn came in after the Genesis. It was the competition to the PlayStation 1, and they fucked up in a wide variety of ways with that console, but it still had some great games on it, even then.
Yeah.
Like Three Dirty Dwarves. Truly the best game. You need to look that one up.
I'm going to Google this right now.
Three Dirty Dwarves is in...
I'm going to make sure my Google safe search is on. Give me a second.
Yeah,
Sounds
exactly.
like the next
It's
installment of
not
50
porn,
Shades
guys,
of Grey.
honest. But yeah, Three Dirty Dwarves was a 3-player brawler, and it was hilarious. It had some almost Lost Vikings kind of elements in it, but that was a great game. Awesome game.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
It's one way of putting it. Once again, the diplomatic actions are in the little basement. Looks interesting.
He's good. He's good
You
at
know,
this.
you can like what you like, and you don't like what you don't like.
Yeah, you can like what you like.
Yeah.
We can
Very
agree,
neutral.
disagree.
Very neutral.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. You're very good. You're very good. I say they bring back Altered Beast. In fact,
No!
I want all the Altered Beast remakes.
No!
I want that so badly.
No!
That game, man. You're like a
Altered
half-naked
fucking
dude walking
beast.
around ancient Greece, turning into monsters, and like fighting.
With terrible voice acting. Digitized voice acting.
The best. They need to HD that game, but keep all the voices and all the music and. Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure it was done.
Best digitized
Please.
voice acting.
I'm pretty sure that like one of the Sega Ages collections, or wasn't it Altered Beast on Sonic's Genesis collection that you can get for 360?
Yeah, no, they remade it. It's garbage, though. I'm talking about an HD version of the original. Like, take us back. Like, I have that for PlayStation Plus again, and
Yep, Altered Beast was on
you
that.
can beat it. You can beat it in like 25 minutes. It's just an old arcade classic. Just HD that thing and give it to us, and it will be amazing.
Oh, that's the game I played when we were at your house, and it was like you turn into random animal men.
It's pretty
Yes.
stupid.
It's amazing. And the first level of your buff, before you become an animal man, you become Schwarzenegger, basically.
Yeah.
And a steroid-ridden giant as you, like, smash columns. And what a terrific game! What a terrific game.
I didn't know this, actually. The Genesis collection has the original arcade version of Altered Beast on as well, which is better. So it's definitely worth having a look at.
Right.
That was quite the collection, because that's got Shining Force 1 and 2 on it, as well as Shining in the Darkness. Although it would be nice to see Shining Wisdom and Shining the Holy Ark, which were both games for the Saturn, come out. I'm a big fan of that series, and it's a little difficult to get a hold of that these days.
Oh, people are bringing up other games like Streets of Rage. That should be a thing as well.
Streets of Rage 1 was brilliant.
That should be a thing.
I
2
would
and 3
defend that
I really
series.
didn't like.
Two was really good. 3, I think, went a little bit off the rails, but 2 was kick-ass.
What?
That game I will defend to my grave as one of the best brawlers that have ever been made. I was a big fan of Golden Axe as well, but it's fairly easy to see that Streets of Rage is superior. It had better music, it had a better fighting system, it had better graphics. It was incredible.
Golden Axe. Golden, bring that back! Oh my god, I loved that
They
game.
did. It was called Golden Axe Beast Rider, and it was fucking atrocious. You
Stop,
need
stop making new versions. Give us
make
the,
a
I just want the
2D
old one
version.
HD.
I think the success of Castle Crashers very clearly indicates, and of course Scott Pilgrim's versus the World video game indicates that 2D brawlers are actually really viable these days on Xbox Live Arcade, and you should bloody well make them.
Yeah, there's even people like South Park. They make similar types of ones as well, don't they? Every so often.
Yeah. I mean, there's tons of really good games coming out in that format now. So I think it's about time for a Streets of Rage 4. There's a Streets of Rage remake that I believe got C&D'd. If I recall correctly, it got cease and desisted finally by... Actually, did it? No, I think it might still be up by the looks of it. Is it still up? Well, one way or the other, there was Streets of Rage Remake version 5, which came out last year, and it was absolutely stellar. It may have been cease and desisted. If it has, then by all means just torrent it, because it's incredible. It's all of the Streets of Rage games, plus a bunch of extra stages, plus you can play every character in every Streets of Rage game. They've remade it that way. You can change all the systems around if you like it. It's got all the original music, plus it's also got remade music as well, remixes. It's badass.
You know what a great
badass.
game is? Political Machine 2012.
No.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
That
That is
game
a
has been the
terrific-
same game for the last 10 fucking years. They've released about 4 versions of Political Machine. I played it back in 2008, before the first election, and this version is the same. It's exactly the same, and that version was the same as the one before that.
You
It's
know what makes
ridiculous.
it the best ever? There's an achievement where you play it on November 6th, on Election Day, and you can never get that achievement again if you don't play it that day.
Oh God.
That's an amazing achievement in a game. Like, look, you want this achievement on your Steam? You gotta be online.
I like that they give you like topics you can put points into that are like current topics.
up
Like
to
you can
date,
go
like
into
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. Yes. You can
That is
be
a big
for or
issue.
against
Campaign
Chick-fil-A.
entirely on the basis of hating Chick-fil-A.
I made half my campaign that when I played.
It's true. It's true. Oh, Chick-fil-A.
It's a great game.
It is kind of fun.
Made hipster Lincoln.
He's Lincoln, but a hipster.
Yeah.
He freed the slaves before it was cool. That's what he's saying.
Well, that's what he did anyway, right? It wasn't cool to free the slaves at the time. There was a bit of a war over that, remember?
Whoa, he was a hipster. Oh, Lincoln, the original hipster.
Confirmed.
It makes sense. The tall hat, the crazy outfit, makes sense. He was
Yep.
ahead of his time.
TGS
Or-
podcast, learning history.
True that.
I apologize
Oh.
to every teacher for ruining your students. They're gonna come to school tomorrow and be like, you know what I learned? That hipster Lincoln was awesome. Actually, if it makes them learn more about history, God bless. All right.
Damn right.
Anyway,
Yeah, make it happen.
yeah, make it happen, Captain.
Absolutely. Well, I played a game called Transformers Fall of Cybertron. We could talk about that.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, it is. This is one of these instances where I said, alright, I'll play through the first level to get past the tutorial, then I'll do a video, and I'm like, holy shit, this is great. I've got to keep playing. And then it's like, oh yeah, there's a Grimlock level. And you play, and it's full melee. And it's chapter 11 out of 13. It's like, well, guys, I guess I'm going to the end before I make this video then, because I don't know, man. Jesse, level 3, when you're fighting in that arena area, and Metroplex
I'm not there
is...
yet.
You're
I'm
not there?
literally
Oh
not there
my
yet,
god.
no.
When you get to that, when you call in... You basically have the ability to call in Metroplex to fire on the target. It's like, oh, it's an airstrike. Except Metroplex is in the fucking background about 3 miles high and bombards you. He talks, like, he shakes the ground as he speaks, and he shells the area. It's like, this is great in every way. The game is
Such a
so
game.
good.
Such a good game. They've really. This is one of those things where it's like you have outdone yourself this time. Like I was not expecting greatness, and you have made a great game.
Well, I mean, people were claiming that War for Cybertron was the Arkham Asylum of Transformers. I don't know if I'd call this the Arkham City of it, because it's actually... It's pretty much just as linear as the original. It's lacking the whole 3-player co-op function, which I do kind of miss. It was all because you miss out on a bit of banter that way. Because
Does it have 2-player co-op or no?
No, it doesn't have any co-op. It's got an escalation mode, which is basically horde mode. It's
all right, that's what
the
it was
campaign
then,
is no co-op at all now. Whereas in War for Cybertron, it was 3-player all the time. But the cool thing about that is, like, you had a lot of banter between the characters as a result. So you do still get it here. Like, there's a level where you are basically going a lot. It's Jazz and Cliff Jumper in one level, and you meet each other every now and again. And in the first one, you play Cliff Jumper, and that's essentially a stealth section. Like, you have a cloaking device. It changes the game entirely as a result of this whole stealth mechanic. You're not very tough. But the cool thing is it doesn't have a failure state. If you get spotted, you can still fight your way out of it, but you'll probably get your ass kicked, because these guys are way bigger than you are. And then Jazz's is almost like Arkham Asylum, and actually more like Arkham City, because you have essentially a whatever the hell that is, the shooty thing that you got a hook shot. Let's be honest, it's Zelda. You got a fucking hook shot, and you can pull yourself around the place, which is really nice. Because also, if you end up falling into a pit, you can quickly grab onto the side and pull yourself back up and feel like an absolute boss in the process. So. And then the level after that is you play Vortex, and it's mostly a vehicle section because you're a helicopter. So you got jet fighter bits, you got helicopters, you can turn into Vortex if you like and fight on the ground. There's a lot of variety in it, way more than the original. I also like the fact that they don't go back and forth between Decepticon and Autobot. You've got like 5 levels of Autobot stuff, and then some levels of Decepticon, and then apparently the final level, you go back and forth between Megatron and Optimus Prime. So I think they've structured the game a lot better this time, and it's great. There are very few parts of that game that I don't like.
It really makes me just want to go find the old series again and watch it, because that was my childhood, man. That stuff was the best.
Let me guess, you can identify every voice actor that's in that game, because it's a who's who of ballers.
I can, and I can't even... Transformers, Ninja Turtles, and G.I. Joe was like my youth. Like, those 3 things summed up my life at the time. And I like everything about Transformers I love. I even remember being physically ill after seeing the Transformers movie because of what happens in that movie in like the first 10 minutes. I was like, ah, my life is ruined.
There's some pretty cool stuff in the campaign as well that's like genuinely heart-wrenching moments, but then there's some genuinely oh fuck yeah moments that are just absolutely awesome. The voice cast is incredible. They've got Nolan North playing 3 characters. They have the original voice actor of Optimus Prime. I believe they have Grimlock's original voice actor and Jazz's, and it's just like, it's incredible. They got the guy who does the announcing on Super Street Fighter 4 to be a fucking Transformer. I think he plays Warpath, and it's hilarious. It's the best thing. So, yeah, that game is just kick-ass.
And it's the difference voice acting... Like, I know this is probably off topic for the subject, but the difference voice acting makes in a game... Like, this game is terrific because of the voices.
Yeah, it really is. It gives so much character to it.
Yeah.
Guild Wars 2 voice acting.
There's some voices... Like, there's these mole men in Guild Wars 2 that look like... Meh, and their voices are like... Stop him! He's attacking our base. It's like, oh god, like that voice acting does so much.
There's like the Birdman Archer guy, and he's just like, it doesn't even sound like a good microphone. It sounds like he's using a headset mic, and he's like, "Hello, adventurer."
Oh god. Incidentally, I'm told that it probably isn't the original voice actor to Jazz because he's been dead for about 30 years. But whatever the case, someone very similar.
Is it Jesse Harnell? Who's the guy who played him in the movies? Do you think they got his voice?
I can't remember. If you go to IMDb, you have a who's who list of fantastic. If you just look for that, there's so many great voice actors. They've got huge resumes of like pretty much every cartoon or video game you've played probably had these guys in. Yeah, Troy Baker's playing Jetfire, Jazz, and Kickback.
Troy Baker is in everything. Yeah, that guy is like, need a voice? Troy Baker. By the way, best fact ever was just posted.
He's in everything.
Yeah, he is. Him, Nolan North, Steve Bloom, and...
yeah, Steve Bloom's in it as well.
Yeah. They're pretty much in everything. If there's a female robot, it's probably Jennifer Hale is who's voicing that.
I don't think there's a single girl in that entire game. As far as I know, everyone is male.
Good. But the best fact ever was just posted in the stream chat. Fact, Optimus Prime's voice, Peter Cullen, was Eeyore on Winnie the Pooh.
What a mindfuck.
I know,
Wow.
right? That is the best fact ever.
Your.
That's terrific.
Yeah.
Oh,
Also,
wow.
I want to point out that the guy who plays Perceptor, if I recall correctly, he was the robot voice in Defense Grid.
Really?
Yeah, which is the best part of that. But I can't be sure because I'm seeing it here, and it's not on his list of credits, which is really weird. He sounds really similar to the guy that did it. I have to find out if it's actually him, because it is great. No, it is. It is. Yeah, it is. It's Jim Ward. It's the same guy. It's just not on his IMDb credits because IMDb sucks. So yeah, Jim Ward is the voice actor for the crazed robot in Defense Grid.
They brought the A game with this game.
Oh wow, Jim Ward also did voices for Gotham City Imposters. Even better. This is cool. Yeah, but that game's great. I think I'm going to do a full video on it over the next few days. I think I'm probably just going to beat the game, because it's an 8-hour campaign. I want to get to the Grimlock level. That's almost at the end anyway, so I'll do that. The only problem I've got with it is the PC version has a few problems with multiplayer. There's no way to communicate with your teammates. There's no voice over IP. It's matchmaking. It's got some problems, like the countdown for levels can go into the negatives and just keep going, which fucking blows. But if you're actually in a game and it's working fine, then it's good. But it's really hard to work together as a team. It's a bit better than the multiplayer in the original, which was okay. It was kind of an Unreal Tournament-style deathmatch. It's still fun. There's no question about that, but it's just a shame that they didn't polish that up more, because otherwise I'd say that package is just... It's a triumph. Like, for a licensed game, it blows everything out of the water. It's unbelievably good. So, yeah, it's definitely worth checking out, but I wouldn't pay $60 for it. And they also just tried... Well, I say tried to. I bought this anyway. They just brought out the Dinobot skin pack for $10, and I bought it within about 20 seconds. So I am horrible.
That's an instant buy.
I am so sorry. I couldn't resist. It's a fucking you play as Grimlock, and you can customize everything. It's just like this. This is awesome. I am a dinosaur with a jetpack.
Impulse marketing geniuses.
It did the job.
That was the most genius. Like, when you think back, Transformers really was like a bunch of Hasbro dudes, or was it Mattel? One of the two. I don't remember. Hasbro? I don't know. Sitting around and going like, you know what? What are the kids into? Let's make construction Transformers. And dinosaur Transformers. And jet Transformers. It is literally, you know what? The best thing ever.
Yeah.
When you're a kid, you're like, it's a dinosaur, and it's a robot. It was amazing. Like,
You can't really argue with that shit.
it is the best toy a kid could have. The best.
Yeah, so that game is brilliant. It rocks. It's the most fun I've had in a very long time. I wasn't even into Transformers as a kid. That wasn't my thing. But even then, it doesn't matter, because it's just a great world, really well realized, and a good use of multiplayer. It's a good use of the license. And they also have so much variety in gameplay. It's a third-person shooter, but every level, there's something different. Because each different Transformer has a different ability, it completely changes their playstyle. Optimus Prime's just like, I'm gonna kill everything, because I'm a badass, and I could also call in airstrikes and Metroplex just shelling everything. And then Jazz it's a lot more platforming and navigating the world and finding good places to go with your little hookshot thing. And there's the stealth section, which actually works out really well, sneaking up behind big robots and then executing them. And even like the Vortex level that I'm on now, it's like, hey, we're just gonna make use of the vehicle section now, because up to this point, transforming into vehicles is only really useful if you need to get somewhere quickly. Now it's an integral part of the level, because the level's completely disjointed into this massive, big vertical space where you need to be a helicopter. So it's really well put together.
Yep.
All right. I think now might be a good time to take a break, unless anyone else has got any other games that they're burning to talk about. No? Anybody?
No.
We good?
No.
Okay. In that case, we're taking a break, and when we come back, we'll be looking at some gaming news and the release dates. You're currently watching the Game Station podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Do not go anywhere. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Game Station podcast. I'm going to do a little bit of news, I think. It's been a reasonably slow news week in terms of games, unless, of course, you count the iPhone 5 as being relevant news to gaming, which I certainly do not.
Mm-mm.
Me either.
No.
You know, I think it would be a fantastic idea for the next iPhone just to have two iPhones glued together in kind of a clamshell design, and then claim this is a brand new innovative idea that we definitely didn't take from Nintendo or anything. That would be great.
I like reading the up to the minute like posts from different websites who are covering the press conference.
Yeah, live
because
blogging.
Eventually, they always start out really impressed. Every time there's an Apple press conference, it always starts out like, this is gonna be great, this is gonna be great. By the end of it, it's just they're openly mocking what they're watching.
Yeah, yeah.
And this time it was them talking about how like they completely redone the iPhone and they created something entirely new. And all the comments were like, making something 2 inches bigger does not make it new.
Reinvented.
Right?
Well, have you seen the... I'll actually put this comparison picture up here because this is, I think, fairly damning. This is a company that, quite frankly, seems to make a name for itself by suing everyone and claiming, oh my god, our innovative ideas were stolen by these guys, when more often than not, it was fairly obvious that they were taken from elsewhere. This picture just popped up for me that kind of represents my entire problem, I think, with the Apple idea of what is original and what is not. We're just going to pop this up on the screen right now for those. There we go. So this is the new iPod Nano, and that is the Nokia device that it looks strangely familiar to.
Wow.
Are you fucking kidding me? It's even the same proportions, it's just white.
Was that announced today? I didn't catch that.
Yes,
part.
apparently it was. Yeah.
You
Oh my
obviously
God.
don't see that it has one main button instead of those 3 buttons.
Oh, yes,
Clearly it's
so it's even
different.
more simplified. I just want to point it also, you know those bubble icons? They look strangely familiar. What does that look like? Oh, yes, the PlayStation Vita's iOS, freaking OS interface. It has exactly the same thing. That is just...
Yeah, I think it's funny that at this point, Apple's getting by on hipster cred and name recognition alone, because everything they released today, everything. And the funny thing is I'm still like, oh my god, I kind of want one. But everything about the iPhone 5, everything already exists in all the Android phones.
I
Like, all the
don't
high-end
want...
Yeah.
The
It's
thing
already
about,
there.
The thing about the iPhone, the reason that I don't want the iPhone is that when it comes to having a phone, one, I'd like one that can actually make calls as long as I don't hold it in a certain way. I mean, we
What?
could definitely do
Calling
without that.
people?
Calling on a phone, never. You know, I want an Android phone because I want flexibility. There's very specific things that I might want to do with my phone when I'm out and about. I might need a very specific function, and I don't want to be walled in by something like iOS and say, oh, well, if no one's made this app or we just didn't approve the app, then you can't do shit. So enjoy that. It's the same issue that OnLive had. It probably contributed to the downfall of OnLive, honestly. The fact that
And their
this...
ads.
Well,
And their ads, they're bad ads.
Yeah, their ads.
yeah.
Oh my
What
god.
is cloud gaming?
OnLive... Well, there's a British version and there's an American version as well. As Martin will tell you, the British version is different to the American version of the ad.
Whoa,
But...
whoa!
Yeah.
What is like? What is cloud gaming?
Yeah, OnLive is cloud gaming. But what is cloud gaming?
I like how this has suddenly become stepping time.
Yeah, cloud gaming is a new way
to
experience-
Yeah, guys.
Oh god. But yeah, it was just as bad, and it was just
Yeah.
as frequent as the American ad was.
Oh god, it was almost as bad as the whole Project X ad run that we had. It's like every single time, unskippable. I got it on my own videos all the time. I was trying to do an annotation. It's like, please go away. I don't care about Project X. I hope we got paid well for that, because holy shit, that was annoying.
Well, I think the main issue with like the new iPhone is like when they first made the iPhone, it was like a revolutionary upgrade. Like this is a smartphone. Like this doesn't exist. Now it's just like, we're trying to catch up with competition now.
Well, yeah, it's like, oh, the Galaxy 3 is a big ass phone. Let's make ours just a little bit bigger, right? Because that's what everyone wants, and yeah, they're doing. You know, a bigger screen would be nice. I like to call my Android the Mandroid. Yeah, simply because I want a big phone. I want a big phone. See, I want a big phone. That's a Droid 4. It's like, I want a big phone because I'm a man.
Android.
Yeah, it's a man droid. I am a man. I have pockets. I'm not a woman. I'm a man. So I can fit this in my pocket. It's a big-ass phone. It will go in my pocket. So
Couldn't
that's
a
my
woman
man
put
droid.
a phone in her purse so she could fit like a giant phone?
Yeah, exactly. You know. So,
Thank you.
So I don't.
Thank you.
there was no
Thank
excuse.
you.
No excuse now for little phones anymore. In the little phone. No. No.
Oh, that should be a thing.
In the little phone. Yeah, well, that's your second channel where you review iOS stuff in the little phone. Easy.
That's a good point. I mean, I do have a second channel, and the only thing that I like about the new iPhone is the fact there's now a 720p camera in the front. Because there's been
The camera's still shit anyway.
Yeah, well, for vloggers, no, I mean, most people don't watch videos above 720p, if that anyway.
Yeah,
on
but
YouTube,
the thing is, like, the resolution isn't what matters. It's the actual fidelity of the
yeah,
camera.
I guess so, yeah.
We have there's an iPad 2 and an iPad 3 in the house, and they can't even get basic functionality like taking a picture that doesn't look like shit, right?
Yeah,
it's like,
you have
this
to,
is
like,
a
press the focus
$800 device, and it looks worse than a $20 digital camera.
Yeah.
Explain how that is possible.
It'll be interesting, actually, with the whole blurry image thing. They've added that new thing to the new iPhone. It's like panorama, where you can basically like turn
Remove it, yeah.
like the whole landscape. So
Oh, even blurrier look of the entire landscape.
I thought if
yeah.
anything, it's gonna make the picture super blurry.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh.
You're moving around. That's just, I don't know how
If
that's
I-
going to happen.
wasn't
You
there-
can do that effect with Instagram.
Instagram, because you look
true.
shit in HD.
Can I ask a question that I think I don't know if people remember 10 years ago, but I'm sure someone watching right now is like, I wasn't even alive. But
God, I hope not.
can I? Yeah, you are bad parents if that's happening.
Indeed.
Remember when phones were big, and then it was let's make them smaller,
Smaller,
and
smaller, yeah.
and smaller and smaller, and then they were like stick a screen on it, and now it's like make it bigger.
Well, of
and
course.
bigger. What
The
is
funny
going
thing is,
on?
I skipped, right, so there's, if you go and have a look on the internet, there is a device, I believe it was the Motorola A920, yeah? Or is it, no, maybe it was the A910. So look for the Motorola, no, it's not, is it that either? No, it's not that. It's the Motorola, it's definitely the A920. Go look for the A920, yeah? This was that principle back then. I owned one of these. I don't know when it came out, but I owned one of these. And it was the same fucking principle. That's a big screen, touch screen phone. And I owned one of
Looks like
those.
a digital recorder, like, you know, the audio ones.
I owned one of these when I was 19, yeah? I got one of these when I was 19 at university when 3, which is, you know, a network in the
Was
UK.
the biggest one at the time.
Well, they're still pretty big. You know, they've got
Yeah,
the iPhones are on 3. They did pretty well for themselves. But at the time, they only had 4 phones that were on their network. And that was their latest and greatest. That was their kind of business exclusive model. And it was a big screen, touch screen phone with a stylus in the top. And the coolest thing about that is it had an on-screen keyboard, but you could also do OCR, optical character recognition. It had these 2 little boxes next to each other. And if you were writing or doing a text, you just wrote one letter here, and then one letter there, and you went back and forth, and you could actually get up a really decent amount of speed on it. So while it was processing this letter, you wrote this letter and back and forth. And it was awesome. And they have never done that, as far as I'm aware, on any new phone. And they've got this horrible on-screen keyboard crap that I absolutely hate. I mean,
Yeah.
I refuse to buy a phone unless I could get a keyboard on it, which is why I got Droid 4. 'cause
See, I
it's
didn't
got a
get
good
along with
keyboard.
those, and Blackberries as well. The keys are like this big.
But the problem is that with the BlackBerry, like that, I had that phone for a while because email was terrific on some of the BlackBerries, and you could just be like pow 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 pow, pow and you're done. With the iPhone, I'm sitting there and I'll type something, and giant thumb, I will hit B and it will press space, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is the most ridiculous like backspace. Let's do this whole damn thing over again.
I hate on-screen keyboards. I really do. I have
annoying.
huge fucking hands, so, you know, on-screen keyboards for me are terrible.
I like
So-
sometimes when I'll try to use Siri, the like network is down, and it's like I am trying to figure out what you're saying, but the network is down.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, this is some advanced computer recognition. Actually, no, it's just a plugin for Wolfram Alpha. So, you know,
Although
whatever.
the new Siri is kind of a little bit smarter than the old one, which frightens me. Because give it a few years and she will be essentially controlling you. with
Well,
your
like
phone.
Siri, order Chinese food, and she'll be like, "You've had that 2 days in a row. I don't think you should get it."
Well,
You know it makes you have the shits.
Remember what happened last time?
well, when it comes to phone development, let's be honest, everything is based on Star Trek. You know, the original flip phones were exactly like Star Trek communicators. They eventually will have a phone that you wear. They're already looking at wearable computing because they want to emulate the thing from Next Generation.
Right there,
Siri
what-
is the computer. They're looking at tricorder functionality for a lot of this stuff.
God.
It's all based on Star Trek, so I guess I don't know what we'll be seeing next, but they're rapidly running out of ideas, and then we'll get stuff from Voyager, and no one liked that, so...
People in the chat and on my Twitter are making a good point. We weren't going to talk about the iPhone at all. Now we've
Whoops.
gone down this whole route.
Well, let's
like,
talk
we
about
get
it as
a
a
cake.
fucking game device then, because will the iPhone 5 revolutionize gaming?
No,
no,
never gonna happen. No.
It's console gaming though today. They were saying like the processing power of this is equivalent to a particular kind of console gaming. I was thinking, so are they expecting?
They were
us to plug
saying
like,
PlayStation
straight
2.
up?
They
what it says?
threw around the term PlayStation 2, which is probably not true, honestly. But if you look at the
Even
stuff,
then, no.
if you look at the stuff that's on the iPad, like if you were to look at on an iPad 3 Infinity Blade, you'd say, well,
Which is awesome, by the way. I mean,
it's a really boring
it's
game.
short as hell. Yeah, it's short as hell.
It's
but graphically,
exceptionally repetitive.
it's like a stellar looking game. Like they hit the mark on that one. Gameplay wise, is like slash your screen a million times. It's kind of garbage, but graphically, it's gorgeous.
I have to
And so-
wonder, does an iOS device actually have a dedicated graphics chip? Because there are Android phones now with Tegra 3 and NVIDIA Tegra 4, I think, is on the way. That's actually a genuinely good graphics chip dedicated to mobile gaming. How the hell does the iPhone work in that regard?
Not sure. Although I have seen on like stuff like the Android, like you were saying, it's got dedicated graphics thing. So I've seen people emulating Nintendo 64, Sega Saturns, Genesis, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
on
I can run
Androids.
N64 games on that. You
Yeah,
know? They don't
yeah.
run very well, but they run. You can play Quake 2, you can even play Quake 3 on a modern Android pretty well.
Why would
It's-
you want to?
There's
That's
no
right.
there's no
Right.
reason to.
There's
There
no
isn't.
reason to do
No,
it.
it's
Just because you can.
it's fucking horrible.
That's all it is.
But you can do it. The A6 chip in the iPhone 5, according to this, has my apologies, has 2 times graphics performance, 2 times CPU power. So it's like they're all doing it on board. They're not doing a dedicated graphics chip. It's all on board. Like I think the Sandy Bridge CPUs have integrated graphics as
Yeah.
well. So they're doing a kind of all-in-one thing. I would prefer separate, but I guess there's also a battery concern if you were to do everything separate, as well as a size thing. If you're going to shove a Tegra 3 in there along with your quad-core processor, your battery's probably going to die pretty quickly.
I heard
Yeah.
that on the new iPhone, they're using the same battery as the 4S.
I thought
Surely-
they, I thought they
surely
were
that'll
making
burn
it
quicker
bigger. I
then.
thought they were making it like the battery space.
Well, yeah, surely the battery space is larger,
That's why
right?
the phone's bigger. Is because
I've heard it's like the same power
battery space.
battery.
Really? Huh.
Knowing
That's what I've
Apple
heard.
probably is, which is a big concern because I know I brought this up many times, but I guess this goes to handheld games as well, but or, you know, like a 3DS or whatever. But I keep saying, and you keep like, you're an idiot, shut up. But I keep saying like I never really understand the appeal of like 3DS stuff when people have a phone / gaming device in their pocket. Sure, the games are garbage, but you know, they have this sort of
Well, because the game's garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the main problem with it. If I buy
but-
a 3DS, I know I have a really good back catalogue of awesome DS games, and there are some good ones coming out for 3DS now. There's stuff like Rhythm Thief just came out, which is great. There's Heroes of Ruin, which is a really good Diablo clone with drop-in, drop-out 4-player co-op, which is fantastic. There's obviously all of the Mario stuff. All of the fighting games. There's Super Street Fighter and Dead or Alive are really good on there. So you can't get any games like that. None on iOS. You can't. There is not a single game up to that standard except for the ports of DS games. They just ported World Ends With You to the iPad. It costs like $20. The control method sucks. It looks better
Oh
than
my God.
on the original DS, but the control method is fucking atrocious.
I played Minecraft on the iPad, and it's like
They just
the
put
worst
creepers into that game,
experience
didn't they?
ever.
Yeah.
You can't. It's like so hard to do things. Like I don't get how you play it. Like it's so
But
bad. Controls.
But I think their goal for phones is eventually they want to be able to say your phone can do all that stuff. I think like that's their long-term
And it's going to be an
goal.
interface problem.
But my fear isn't about that. I mean, I'm sure it will be. I hate playing games like there's a Chrono Trigger port for iOS. Garbage. It's horrible. But the idea is that even handheld devices like a Vita or 3DS, battery concerns are always an issue. And so I'm wondering when, because no one really addresses that. They're like, you get 8 hours of battery power. Like, why not give us 24? Like, put your R&D technology into that.
Because
so I don't have to recharge
that's
my
very
thing.
expensive. Like, I heard that Apple was trying to have a breakthrough with that, and they evidently haven't managed to do that yet. There were rumors that there would be this brand new battery technology with 10 times the actual lifespan that was going to be in the iPhone 5, and no sign of that. So...
We need those nuclear fuel rods. We need nuclear fuel rods. Stick them right in the back of that thing, powered for 8,000 years. Your phone will never die. You'll get all sorts of cancer, but your phone will be good.
I actually think this is becoming less of a concern, and this is why. So I don't think battery technology is advancing as quickly as it should be because we're getting into less and less areas where we need that. So I think the traditional place that you really need batteries is on a plane, a long-haul flight. But even now, there are planes there are plenty of first class on planes that do have sockets, so that's not a problem. And they're starting to put them in coach and business and economy plus now as well. Eventually, planes will all have power sockets, so that's going to cease to be a factor. My new car has not only like 3 cigarette lighter ports, 2 USB power ports, and a proper AC plug. I can plug whatever the fuck I want into that car.
Whoa!
What?
Why is that needed? What? Like, today I was making waffles while
Yeah,
driving to work.
exactly. So, if I want to get a fucking toaster in my car, it's going in there. I can do that.
It's like
car's a power
someone
socket.
let Exhibit out of the EA booth area and told him design a car for us.
And that's what happens when you buy an LTZ from Chevy, apparently. But
Is
there you
it
go.
electric car or is it just
No, it's just a normal car. It doesn't give a fuck. It's
No,
got
TB has pimped his ride. His car
We
didn't
put a
come that way.
USB port in your USB port in your USB port.
What up? And then it's like 12 different angles of that port. Like, woo, yeah.
This is not unusual now. Like if you buy a new car, and at least you don't buy the basic model, it's probably gonna have stuff like that in it. So that becomes less of a concern. It's like, oh, the 3DS battery life sucks. Let's make sure we get our kid like one of the better batteries that I think Nyko or whatever the other thing is
Can I say something? Can I just really quick? Crendor. On my screen, I don't know. Hold on, let me look at the thing. Stay standing still. Stay standing still. Everyone, screen cap that, and then compare it to PewDiePie right now, and just imagine his hair. Tell me he doesn't look exactly like him right now. PewDiePie. Dude, it's dead on. Whoa, I'm just saying, you
God.
two are like switched at birth. This
Maybe
is
I'm just a mix
pants.
between Dodger and PewDiePie.
That's
Dodger
horrific.
and Crendor make
Dear God, what a revelation.
We have learned something new here today.
You bake Dodger and Crendor into a PewDiePie. Ugh.
That's
God.
amazing.
Hey
Someone
there, bros.
that man. All right.
Anyway,
sorry, I had to
yeah.
interrupt. I
Back
saw
to
that,
the subject. Like, we don't need those better batteries for 3DS anymore because if we're on a long car ride, he can just plug the damn 3DS into the socket. So, what other? Obviously, on a bus you're gonna have problems, but you're gonna be on a bus for 6 fucking hours? Don't think so.
No.
It's unlikely. So there really aren't that many places now where you need that much battery power. I mean, come on, think of a situation where you would need that.
Nah, can't think of
Difficult
one. And I've
to
noticed
say.
there's definitely been an increase as well in the number of, it's basically looks like a locker, and each of them opens up. You have a key, and you can leave your phone in there whilst you go do something, and you can come back, and it's actually like a charging station.
Yeah.
And it costs maybe like £2, or
Which
like,
is a joke. I think almost like every street vendor now has something like that. Charge your phone here for $3 or whatever. It's like it costs you maybe 0.001 of a cent in electricity to do it. It's wonderful. All the music festivals that I used to go to in England all had those, and it was a fucking rip-off. Charge your phone for 10 quid. It's like but you had no choice because you're in the middle of a goddamn field. So I guess you had to.
Yeah, Glastonbury, Reading, they're all sort of out the way, so,
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's
That's
in the middle of
one
a
way to do
field. There's no way to generate that. But unless you have... I usually bring a pack of 60 batteries to those and get those kind of universal chargers that you can plug everything into, and they just burn through
yeah.
batteries. It does the job. But yeah,
I'm being told we should pull Captain Picard out and draw the line here. People are like, enough with talking about phones.
Phones. The funny thing is, we barely even talked about gaming on phones. It's just like, I want to talk about the way that games are designed for phones, because every port that I've seen come from iOS has always had this. There's this familiar pacing to it, in that every level could be beaten in like under a minute. You play Death Rally, which is Death Rally is made by Remedy, yeah? Remedy, the guys that made Alan Wake and Max Payne. It's like, these guys know what they're doing, right? Every race can be beaten in under a minute. And like, what the hell? This is you barely even get going, and then you're finished. Like, what the hell is happening?
I
and then
think
you
the
realize
point is it's supposed to be fast-paced because, one, the people who buy those aren't looking for something to take up their time. They're looking for something to do while they're waiting for
they're
something.
also doing they're playing it on the toilet. Let's just call it what it is. They're playing it on the toilet, which is why all of these experiences are
so
quite
shitty.
short.
Hey!
But what is toilet gaming?
What? Or the English version. What is bog gaming, lads?
Oh,
On
dear,
live
you can
is
log
bog
on while
gaming.
Log off. Yeah.
Bog off. I haven't heard that term in a while. Holy shit. That was a blast from the past. That used to be the thing we used to say in school, because if we said fuck off, people would get really upset. Like, ooh, you said a swear. So you say bog off, and you could say that in front of a teacher. But there you go. Still the same thing. Anyway, okay, fine. We'll get off the iPhone thing and we'll get on to something else. So let's talk about Amnesia. And the reason I want to talk about Amnesia is that they just put out a blog post, and this was something they did like 2 years ago, I think, and said, hey guys, we're going to launch this game, and then suddenly Amnesia did really well, and it's an analysis of how many units it sold and the effect of piracy. I really like the piracy line, because it's a line.
Great.
It has been over a year since we even thought about piracy. With sales as good as these, we can't really see this becoming an issue worth more than 2 lines in the post, so screw it. Alright, good attitude. Although I have to say that they are probably one of the few indie devs that can really say that. Like, your game was uber successful, but there's a bunch of other indie devs that are struggling to get by, and piracy actually did make a dent in them. If you only sell 10,000 or even less copies of your game, then yes, piracy does actually make a fucking difference. If you sell over 1 million, then less of an issue, especially if you made your game on a shoestring budget to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
No one's going to argue with that?
They're
Nobody?
really supportive of the mod community. Apparently, they love that.
Yeah. Well, rightfully so. Someone's making content for their game which sells more copies of their game, and they're not having to pay for any of it. And they also look
It seems to be
good.
something that's becoming more current and more apparent. Like, you know, everyone seems to be doing that now. They're opening up their games to be able to be modded in that way.
It's coming back in. This was a thing that was happening even before Half-Life, the original, but I think Half-Life put it on the map as this is a really good way to sell copies of your game because of stuff like Counter-Strike and the original Team Fortress, and I know people are about to say, oh, Team Fortress was for Quake World. Yeah, but it was popularized with the original Half-Life, and then, of course, you get TF2 with Half-Life 2. And modding then kind of went out of fashion a little bit, I guess. I don't know if it's just out of fashion. I think it's as the DLC era came in, modding became less of something that companies wanted to do because they wanted to sell DLC. And then now they seem to realize, oh, if we allow our game to be modded, then people make a bunch of content for it. They start to believe in the longer sales cycle rather than, oh, it didn't sell in the first 2 weeks, then it's a failure. It's like, no, games sell for years. Amnesia is still selling to this day. That game is over 2 years old. And that's what companies now have to look at. So in order to make that happen, they need the modding scene. Minecraft still sells. It's been out for how fucking long? The alpha came out in 2009, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
Minecraft.com is currently offline. What the hell? When did that happen?
It's .net, not .com.
Oh, okay.
Let's be clear though, something here, and this I think goes to the credit of people like the Arxcast or you know, even our dear friend Crendor Pie over here.
No, fine.
Yeah, bros.
I think
And
we
then
lost
he
Jesse.
froze.
I know someone.
Oh, there
I
he
know
is. Oh,
someone's
shit.
gonna be like, "Oh, no, they were good games." There's a lot of good games out there. that get overlooked. And I would simply like to state that because of the passion of the community, we really push those games, especially Minecraft. Minecraft's like the base of Minecraft production, like video production, helped push that game to be what it is.
Yeah, it did. Which is,
Yeah.
which is I think
Notch
why
should be kissing every ass in the room is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but he isn't. He's actually quite the opposite. We know the drama that happened with Yogscast and Notch, and there were claims that Yogscast said, "Oh, we're the reason for its success." It's like, well, even if they did say that, they're not lying. They were definitely responsible for a significant number of Minecraft sales and its success. They are still the most popular Minecraft series on the internet by a country fucking mile after over a year of producing this stuff. There's no question that Yogscast is in major part of the success of Minecraft. But that's not to say that it wasn't successful before Yogscast. It was. This stuff was on 4chan, this stuff was on Facepunch, Something Awful, it was on Reddit. There were big communities building up before Yogscast even played the game. But you cannot discount the success of Yogscast and its knock-on effect on Minecraft. Such as you cannot discount the reasons why Amnesia is so popular, and these guys don't. Now, this is the thing about Frictional. They understand, and they're willing to admit, that video production was a major part of the success of Amnesia. Yep. The fact that it still sells copies to this day. Why? Because people still make Let's Plays of it. I did mine... When did I do mine? Was it 2010?
That's when I did... Yeah. I did mine way back when I first started making videos.
I did a Halloween special. It's... let's see. Halloween special, Amnesia. When did I do that? Actually, that was a year ago.
You sure it wasn't Justine you did a year ago?
Lol.
Because I did that for Halloween a year ago.
No, it was 2 years ago. October 30th, 2010 was when I did my Amnesia Halloween special, which has 670k views. And which...
You pimp.
Which
has 670k views.
There's not even a question that video helped sell a bunch of stuff in the same way that Yogscast videos helped sell a bunch of that. And it's good. It's really good that Frictional is willing to accept that, because Notch fucking isn't. He doesn't seem to give a shit about the fact that there was so much video production. It wasn't just Yogscast. I mean, you can look at Captain Sparkles, you can look at CNanas, you can look at 1,000,001 other channels that also did videos. While Yogscast is the most prominent now, they didn't used to be.
Well, I think if you look back even 15 years ago, there's companies that would pay big money to just get that type of viewership towards whatever they're
Without
doing.
Question.
And now we technically do it for them for free.
Yeah.
But we make a bunch of money off it, so that's fine. We don't mind.
Yeah.
Everyone wins in that situation.
Most of us, we're like, okay, you know what? That's fine. We like the trade-off. But, a little recognition now and again, to be blatantly told, I never needed you, is kind of insulting. So I like that Amnesia basically, even though it's a lot of the success is based off of videos, they're kind of like, you know what? We understand that. So thank you. And we cannot wait to give you
Machine for
Pigs
yeah,
because
and then
you're going to make another billion videos and we're going to sell some more games. So keep it up, guys.
Yeah.
They're pretty honest about it, so that's cool.
Good. Yeah, I totally appreciate that. There's no question. If someone makes, even if it's obviously for their own personal gain, if they take time to make a series about your game and they help to promote it in a really major way, then yeah, it would be nice to get a little bit of feedback. There's no question. Which is why I don't like Notch's attitude about that at all. I would say that... I think is it Jeb? I don't know much about Minecraft. I'm sorry.
Jeb or Jens or
those
Jens
guys are much more appreciative of it seems.
They are actually, and they're giving a lot back to the community as well. They are taking a lot more ideas on board. They're coming more frequently with these updates as well. I mean, in the last 3 weeks, I think we've had more content added in than Notch did during his time in maybe 5 months. Yeah. The comparison is crazy.
Yeah, which is really, really awesome. And I think the argument can be made that if you are the person that makes a game, you shouldn't necessarily be bowing down to people that made videos about your game, because one's obviously harder than the other. There's no real question about that. Yeah. But when you see that video got you 1 million views, it's really hard to argue that it didn't do something for you, because it did. It was a bunch of free advertising. So yeah, it's interesting to see the relationship, because I don't know about you guys, and maybe we can just talk about this for a little bit. There's becoming more there's becoming a larger relationship between developers and media when it comes to YouTube-based media. I think that the traditional media journalism kind of set up for gaming has changed now. And now you're finding more companies coming up to you and saying, do you want to play our game? And
yeah,
because
I
they know-
literally had that earlier this year. I literally had EA come to me and say, would you like to go to Gamescom? Would you like to, maybe help us produce some video content and play our stuff? And when it comes out, we will
That's
give you
what
a
SOE did for me.
can play
No,
our stuff.
I do this PlanetSide stuff for Sony for that reason. It's like, would you like to come play PlanetSide and get involved in kind of the media run-up for PlanetSide? It's like, well, can I be honest about your game? And they're like, yep. Okay then, fine. As long as I can put out uncut shit and I don't have to pretend that your game's good if it's not, then I don't mind. That seems a really cool way of doing
That's
it.
why this is growing over like GameSpot and like all
Yeah.
those websites. It's like they get
Right.
paid money probably to
They
make
do.
their reviews.
I mean, the thing is, like, they offer money to YouTubers as well. Like, I've accepted money to play Secret World on live stream. That's stuff that they actually do quite a bit. EA pay people to play their games on a live stream, but they don't restrict what they can say. And I pretty much shit on Secret World a lot, but it doesn't matter. They don't care because they're actually just paying money for time. They're paying money for airtime and exposure. It doesn't matter if you say negative stuff about it or not.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
even
that's
with like
totally fine.
GameSpot, like or those types of sites, it's like YouTube's more of a personal connection,
Yeah.
which it's all personality based on YouTube.
Yeah,
so.
it always has been. Yeah.
Although I definitely think with Twitch, I think Twitch has made a really big move into the sort of bridging the gap between us. And you see stuff on Twitch all the time, like the specific streams on the homepage, the 5 like highlighted ones.
Yeah.
You have people coming to you and saying, this is your YouTube, this is your stream. Let's work on things on both.
Pretty much.
So yeah, there's pluses and negatives to both, which is really good.
Yeah. Twitch is if you are a popular Twitch streamer, you will get offers to stream for money, and honestly, why not? As long as it doesn't say you've got to say this stuff, why the fuck not? I mean, just do it. You're getting paid money for nothing to essentially play a game. Maybe you wouldn't have played that game prior to it, but it's not really a big deal. The viewers get something fun. You get to be completely honest about it. I did a live stream for Final Fantasy 13-2, 6 hours, and I mocked it for the vast majority of that. It was just a 6-hour riff
I
on
watched
Final
that,
Fantasy.
actually.
That's what it was. That's what it was. And, Square Enix paid money for that. It's like, congratulations, you paid me to shit on your video game. Thanks, that works. But, obviously we don't really complain about that, but I think then you get into issues of bias, I suppose. I think that maybe some streamers or some YouTubers feel that they're obliged to say good things about the game because they got paid to play it.
Yeah, but I think they forget that when these people come to you and they give you these offers, they do the research. They know what kind of things that you're into,
they do.
what you're not into, and they know where your boundaries are. They know how far you will go talking about a game. They know if you'll stay respectful and humble to it. And
They absolutely do. There's no question about that. They do their research, and if they come to you and say, "Oh well, we would like to see the video before." I've actually had a few do that to me, and I've just declined them entirely because, we'd like to see the video, so we want to make sure that it's okay before you put it out. It's like, no, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
If I can't say what I want to say about your video game, I'm just going to wait for it to come out, and then I'll say what I want to say about it.
Get
You
it on
can't stop me
retail,
anyway.
The exact same thing.
Exactly. You can't stop me anyway, and I'll probably be more biased towards your game because you're a dick to me prior to putting the game out. Just the warning.
If you're a gaming company out there and TB or Martin are bad mouthing your game, you come to me, I promise to
I will give
it
you a
10 out
good
of 10.
review.
And I'll do like 12 playthroughs. Why not?
Me too, guys.
Look,
There's
look,
like
you got money.
Settlers of Catan games or Dominion Online or Catco games out there. I will gladly do that.
Yes, all of that. Oh well, yeah. So Amnesia, well done, Amnesia. And I don't suppose we really went off topic there, but it's good to talk about the importance of YouTube when it comes to video game coverage and also how things actually work. I think there's a lot of weird attitudes.
Speaking of like media crossing with YouTube as well, me and some of the guys in the office and stuff, the Golden Joysticks this year in the UK, they're actually doing a category for best YouTube gamer or something.
Yeah,
like
we
that.
got shortlisted for that. Apparently, I've been
Yes,
nominated
so
for it. So have you. Yeah. Well, fuck you. We're getting it.
Bring it on.
We'll see how it turns
Give
out.
them that one,
Yeah.
it's fine.
I should just go to that, have you win it, and then just like I storm out and just say, "This award show is a sham," and just start
Yeah.
throwing chairs.
No, you need to
That was
grab
the
me one like,
best.
look. I'll let you speak. But TotalBiscuit was the greatest game.
I'm gonna let you finish.
I'll do that for you, buddy. I'll do that for you.
Yes,
Brilliant.
absolutely
I'm
all
gonna
of
let you
that.
finish. But TotalBiscuit was the greatest gamer of 2012. And then just walked off the stage.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
There needs to be a show called like the Sellout Show where somebody just reviews games for money and they're like, I love this game.
And they're just
the
completely
best.
honest about it. Yeah.
That's everything I do. Every time a company calls, they're like, "Would you review some?" Like, I already have 10 out of 10.
10
Let's
out of
make
10.
a video.
Didn't play it. I just
I
used
will
the
sell out
B-roll
for you.
that
What
you
do you
sent to
mean?
me, and I edited it a little bit. 10 out of 10. No, I think that it's getting to the point now where games companies realize that word of mouth has become super important and traditional review sites are becoming irrelevant. Nobody cares anymore what IGN or GameSpot or anything else has got to say about a video game. They care what this guy that they trust says about it. It's like people watch our channels and almost were like a trusted friend when it comes to our opinion. It's like, you know, there was that guy in school that knew everything about video games, and you need to know a cheat for this. It's like, you go to that guy, and he knows already. You trust him. We're that. But we all have different attitudes, and people know that I don't play platformers very well and that I hate puzzle games. They know that. It's byline. It's old-style newspaper byline stuff. You read a specific reporter because you knew he would have a particular spin on things, and you wanted his opinion. It's the same thing, and I think gaming companies are realizing they can't stop that, so they might as well get involved in it.
Yeah, embrace it.
Yeah,
That's why
not?
social media's like become the big thing. It's almost like marketing's gone backwards where like everyone's like, we need to push our products, and now it's more like they need to let like the people. It's almost like back in the day where like you go to Twitter and you're like, hey, let's see what all my friends are saying, or like what all the townspeople are saying,
Yeah.
or whatever
Pretty much,
you did
yeah.
back then.
Well,
and then there's
you
the
could
whole
just
thing of
type-
like promoted tweets as well that they can buy, so it looks like it's trending. So then you instantly think, "Oh my god, what conversation am I missing out on?" You know, there's all those sort of tactics in place.
Even
Yeah.
with that though, like promoted tweets, like you know it's advertising.
it has promoted tweets
Yeah.
written on it, so
It does. But then there's that moment where you know it catches your attention.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the point, isn't it? That's why you pay
Yeah.
for it. People will say, "Oh, what's the point in YouTube advertising if we don't click it?" They don't give a shit. You know about Project X. It's forever burned into your brain. Doesn't matter if you
Yeah.
clicked it. So, you know, it's all about brand awareness. That's what advertising is. It's not necessarily about converting sales, although that's a very useful thing to do. People knowing about your product is enough, and people are willing to pay big money for that.
I don't even get the thing of like clicking on it. You wouldn't expect to go up and like press on a billboard, would you? If you go buy one, you're like, oh, I can see it, but let me just there we go. I don't get that.
Yeah, exactly. That would be weird. That would be really
Even
weird.
billboards, I don't even know why they use billboards. There's some guy talking, he's like, people are looking at their phones, not even at the road.
Yeah,
Why would you want a billboard?
But that's why you advertise on the phones. There it is.
Wow, that's great. Yeah, just and then he crash into someone and kill children. Great
Oh,
endorsement for your product.
I thought you
isn't
said
it?
they were walking, not driving.
It's like L'Oreal, crash into people and kill children.
Billboards, killing
What is-
people
what-
since
yeah.
1990s.
And now apparently I'm receiving a cease and desist from L'Oreal Corporation. Oh, well, never mind.
I
Speaking of cease and desist, ladies and gentlemen,
I love.
God damn it, you're
that
interrupting my segue.
We have. Sorry, your segue is screwed.
Fuck you.
We are comparing. I like the business mindset here of like, look, we're providing reviews for people, and we're doing this great stuff. We're you know, and Twitter is the new town hall. Meanwhile, there's stuff on Twitter that's like, you know, you're a slut if hashtag, or there's like, I want to be the guy gameplay footage. Like people just like fight balls, right? And we're like, we're the new media, and we are going to we're going to inform the world. We're the truth tellers now. Meanwhile, we're like, you know, you're ghetto if hashtag.
Well, like half the replies that I've gotten over the past 2 hours are fucking dumb. I had one guy that accused me of selling out and not being indie enough because I like Fall of Cybertron. Like, holy shit, I am so sorry that I like a video game that you don't like. So you should be talking about Closure and Mark of the Ninjas. Like, bitch, I covered those a week ago. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Don't even
John
start with
Total
me.
Biscuit
It's like,
Bates,
you're
the
not
new Tom
indie enough.
Bitch.
Sit down.
This is the new media. This
Yeah,
is why
this-
you tune
this-
in for him.
that's
He's
it.
informative, and he'll call you a bitch.
Well, if you're gonna be a
Hey, on the
douchebag
news,
about it,
bitches.
it's like, how dare I like mainstream video games? I should like the artsy shit that I can find on Xbox Live Indie all the time. No, I like lots of games and some of them have a budget behind them. Woe is fucking me. Jesus. What is wrong with you people? You're not a true gamer. It's like, if it's on the front page of Steam, it's not a true game. You gotta find it deep within the bowels of the indie section, down on page 27. Only then can you be considered a true gamer. And then, of course, you must find the 5 crystals of Angbadang.
I was a true
Angbadang.
gamer before it was a true gamer. Be cool. Be a true gamer.
Angbadang. Angbadang.
Screw this
sounds
guy.
like a great character name and some type of.
It's like, you know what other games I'm going to play that are also popular? I'm going to play Borderlands 2, and I'm going to buy Black Ops 2 when it comes out, because I quite like the stupid bullshit that goes on in Modern Warfare multiplayer. Because it's dumb, and it doesn't require any fun. It doesn't require any fun. Wow, that's a lie. Black Ops not requiring fun since 2010. You don't need fun, you just need unlocks. Get on the treadmill, get on the treadmill, I am Modern Warfare. That's pretty much it. And that's okay for a time. That's alright. I don't mind all the guns being bullet hoses that never have a recoil pattern. I don't mind having not to burst, because I can just hold down my MP5 with my little red dot sight that has a stupid smiley face on it, which is not remotely useful in a tactical scenario. I don't care, because it's fun.
I need everyone right now, everyone watching right now, and I assume in a few days when this is posted, everyone go to Twitter and type in, get on the treadmill, #Angbadang. I want that worldwide. I want that around the world.
Angbadang.
Yeah, how do we spell Angbadang? Because otherwise this is going to go wrong.
Badang. Angbadang.
Literal. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Get on the treadmill.
Doesn't require any fun to do that.
I just hate the fucking idea
treadmill,
that it's not okay to like mainstream gaming if you also like other stuff. It's like, oh no. Like, I like some fairly obscure metal bands, but I'm still going to listen to Metallica and fucking Maiden. What, does that make me not true? I guess that doesn't make me true anymore. It's the same with gaming, and it's even more stupid with gaming. It's like, I'm sorry, some of these mainstream games are actually good. That's why they're mainstream. They sell millions of copies for that reason. Not all of them are good, but even the stuff that's kind of meh is still alright. It's still fun. You can see why millions of people enjoy it. What the hell's the problem with that? I had a guy shouting at me because I admitted at some point that I played Angry Birds and it might be on my phone. Oh god, truly I am a sellout and the enemy of the free fucking Western world.
No fun required.
No fun required. Angry Birds. Angbadang.
Oh my god.
Angbadang. That's like our YOLO. This is what the game
Angbadang.
insisted
Angbadang,
on.
man.
Angbadang.
Angbadang, motherfuckers.
Angbadang.
Let's do it.
Sending
Do
a
the
tweet whilst not looking at a billboard. Angbadang.
Angbadang. Get on that treadmill. Angbadang.
That needs to be a thing. That needs to be a thing now. Internet.
Today, I'm used
Go.
to Angbadang, whatever.
Oh
Angbadang,
god, now
man.
my Twitter's going to be unusable for the next few days. Oh Jesus. Oh well, never mind. Anyway, so let's do releases. Actually, let's have a look at that. But make sure we avoid the mainstream ones, guys, because otherwise we won't be true gamers. Angba fucking dang. Let's get on with it. Bitches.
Angbadang, bro. Angbadang.
Angbadang bra indeed.
That could be turned into a song. The Angbadang
God,
song.
sometimes I just hate people.
That angbadang bang dang.
It sounds
Really?
like a quirky Eminem.
Anybody want to go? we need to bring back.
Get on the treadmill. Angbadang.
Cisco, where are you? We need you for this song. Cisco.
Angbadang dang dang.
Bang dang dang. Anybody want to go?
Hold on, I gotta go exhibit. Yo,
Yeah.
we'll put an Angbadang in your Angbadang in your Angbadang.
Dang.
Dang.
Angbadang.
It's a beautiful thing. And it's only here at the Game Station podcast. This is why you watch every week. Release dates, let's do it. Oh, look, it's a mainstream release. It's Battlefield 3 Armored Kill, which is, I believe, coming. It's actually out. It came out yesterday. Looks pretty good. It's an add-on pack for Battlefield 3. It's got lots of tanks in it. It's got a gunship in it. People are saying this looks like perhaps the best add-on for this game so far.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with it at Gamescom. Granted, we only got to play one map. It was like a snowy Alps map.
Oh yeah, I've
But
seen that. Yeah,
just like how widespread it is and all of the vehicles as well.
it's like really
'cause I
big
very
maps,
rarely
isn't
use
it?
vehicles. I typically enjoy just playing a sniper, so I can get that range that
Yeah.
obviously,
Mhm.
regular weapons can't. But I actually went around in the tank quite frequently. And it's quite a nice one because it basically you grab all the points that you spawn near, and then pretty much you all progress at the same rate, and then you meet at the summit of the mountain where
And then you
there is
fight over
one
it.
point at the top, and then
Yeah.
it just it all goes to hell.
That sounds
It's great.
awesome. I love the idea of just these large maps. It's the same reason I think. What the hell was the name of it? There was a map in the original Battlefield 3 that was around an oil refinery. I can't
Oh
remember the name of
god,
it.
I don't remember map names.
Shit, I don't either. But everyone that's played Battlefield 3 knows what I'm talking about. It had ground attack aircraft, it had the Warthog, and it had the whatever the hell the other thing is. It had a bunch of tanks, and it had some really good areas for vehicle warfare, and then the center was quite good for infantry because you could fight up the structure of everything. That was a good map. And I love the maps that allow you to get full on with the vehicles, because let's be honest here. The worst thing about Battlefield is infantry combat, and it remains the same. It's even with all the advances in Battlefield 3, it's still not as good on foot as it is in a fucking helicopter.
Yeah. Agreed.
I like Battlefield 2 still more. Like, even after playing Battlefield 3, I liked Battlefield. What was it? Or was that original? Whatever Desert Combat was.
Desert Combat was for Battlefield 1942. That was a mod,
Yeah.
actually. That's the reason
That
Battlefield
was-
2 even exists.
Yeah. That was an amazing game.
It was. And for the most part, you played those in vehicles as well. Right? The whole point of that game was, hey, you get to drive vehicles around. This is not something we've really done in a multiplayer shooter before. We certainly haven't done it anywhere near this well, and it was fantastic. And that's what I wanted out of Battlefield 3. But the problem is, like, the close quarters map pack, it's like, why would I want to? Operation Metro was a complete clusterfuck, and they even had a vehicle in it at one point, and they took the vehicles out. It's like, we just want this to be infantry. It's like, well, that's boring. I don't want to play infantry on this map. If I'm going to play infantry, I'll play Team Fortress, or I'll play Gotham City Imposters, or any number of other games that do just straight-up gunfighting better.
Yeah.
And it's not even that the gun physics are bad. They're actually really good. Like, guns act in a really awesome way in Battlefield. I just don't want that out of my Battlefield game. It just doesn't interest me all that much. And not to mention the fact that if you pick any other class as not an engineer, you don't have a goddamn rocket launcher. So when that tank comes around the corner, it's like, hey, shit, I'm dead again. Which is not that fun, to be fair. But yeah, Armored Kill looking good is out on PC and Xbox right now, so do go and check that out. Coming out on September the 14th in Europe and in the US, Joe Danger 2 the movie. This I'm actually hyped about, because the original Joe Danger was probably the best PSN game for a very long time. And Joe Danger the movie I played last Gamescom, and even then, it was in a great state. It was super fun to play. Have any of you had the chance to play any of those games?
Never heard of it. I've just had a look up of it now. What kind of game is it? I can't really tell.
Okay, so Joe Danger is kind of like Excite Bike all the way up to 11. Yeah? So
Right.
you're in the original, it's mostly you riding a bike. In the sequel, you've got all sorts of different vehicles. But the point is to get to the end of the level with the biggest score possible, and you do that by dodging obstacles. You're essentially a stunt driver for movies, so everything's based on movie sets. And you do all sorts of ridiculous stunts and combos. So think Excite Bike mixed with Tony Hawk with a cartoony look to it. That's Joe Danger. And that game was fucking awesome. And Joe Danger, the movie, has loads of different vehicles. Like, there's a skiing level where it's like James Bond kind of going down a hill and you're fighting guys and doing stunts in the process. There's a jetpack level. There's one where you're on a minecart and it's like Indiana Jones. It's awesome. It's great fun. It's pretty difficult. I mean, don't get me wrong. To actually nail the stunts all the time and keep up the pace is very tricky. But I loved the original Joe Danger. It was great. And there's actually if you go on my channel, I think I did a test upload, because they had a YouTube uploader from PlayStation, which was pretty unique at the time. But if you look at that, yeah, it's actually at the top. You look for Joe Danger test. 1 year ago, I did a test upload of a Joe Danger level, and you can see exactly what it's all about. That game rocks. It's just plain great. And you can have a look and see what it's all about. But Joe Danger, the movie, is coming out, and it did all right, I think. They didn't bring it to PC, which was kind of upsetting. They really should have done that if they had the chance, but they just made this really fun game that's all about stunts and collecting stuff and doing objectives on levels and driving like an idiot, and it was brilliant.
It's a really fast-paced
man.
game.
Oh yeah, this
it's
is one of the
nice,
starting
crazy.
levels. It's fast. Like you can get way faster than I'm playing really badly here, but you're avoiding all the obstacles. You duck, you do stunts and wheelies and flips, and there's all sorts of stuff you have to collect on the level. Like collect all the parts of danger, for instance, which reminds me very much of horse mode in Tony Hawk. You know, playing horse in that.
Yeah.
So how does it work when it comes to the multiplayer then? Because pretty much all the screenshots I saw just had a crazy amount of people on them.
There were
Is
specific.
it, can you trip each other up, or?
There were certain levels where there were multiple tracks, like like say on when you're doing track and field, where everyone's on a separate lane. It's like that,
Oh, I see. Got you.
and it works just fine. Like everyone has to do the same obstacles. Sometimes you flick between tracks, and there's all sorts of great stuff, and it's ridiculous fun, and I would highly recommend it. So there you go.
Looks pretty cool.
Yep.
I'm going to check that one out.
Yep, Joe Danger the movie is coming out on the 14th, which is most likely going to be out by the time that you see this podcast, if you're not already watching the live stream. So please do check it out. You're missing out if you don't check out Joe Danger. It's ridiculously great.
What the hell is Chaos off Deponia?
That's an interesting
I'm
one.
actively trying to find this game, and I can't find a thing about it. And every time I click a link that says it's about the game, it's a dead link.
Yeah,
Does this
well,
exist?
okay. Well, I know what Deponia is, and Martin should know about this as well, because I think Hannah did a video of Deponia, if I recall correctly, on Yogscast 2. So Deponia is a point-and-click game. It was originally German. It was out in Germany for a while, and they just released it in the US probably about a month ago. And you can get it on Steam. Chaos auf Deponia. This, I don't know. I think it may be either a sequel set in the Deponia universe or some kind of episode or something like that. Yeah,
Well, 'cause
Chaos
it
on
only-
Deponia.
It only has a Europe release on this
Yeah,
list.
this doesn't-
It's
yeah.
not in the US.
Yeah, this doesn't surprise me because Deponia was a German game. And it was, I think it was the same
guess
with
hence
Book
the
of
off.
Infinite Tales or whatever. They release a lot of point-and-click adventures in Germany that don't get translated for ages. And Deponia is a good example of that. But it's a really beautiful looking game. If you look at it, it's a really good looking point and click. And supposedly it's very good. Giant Bomb really liked it, I know that, so that's a good recommendation. So it might very well be worth a look at. I don't know what Chaos auf Deponia is, but if you're German, you probably know about it.
Maybe it's Chaos of Deponia.
Yeah, it's
I'm going to
Chaos-
use my
that's
amazing
what Alf
translation
is.
ability.
Welcome. Yeah, you've just discovered what of is. Yeah, Chaos auf Deponia. It's either Chaos in Deponia, Chaos on
Genius.
Deponia, or Chaos of Deponia. So,
I learned what the German word for "the" was from The Simpsons.
well done. Well done.
I had German for a year, and then I remember Das ist sehr langweilig, which just means this is boring.
Hast du ein lange Schlange?
Sprechen Sie Dicken.
It basically means, do you have a big dick? It's a slang term for it, apparently. But we probably just made that up in school, and I don't know if that's even real. So Germans, please
Langen,
tell me,
Langen.
if hast du ein lange Schlange...
Sprachen Sie Sprachen. Whenever I speak German, I have to do this. I'm not sure why. I'm pretty sure that's offensive.
Yep. So the Germans are telling me, by the way, Chaos of Deponia is a sequel. They'll release it outside of Germany further down the line. So there you go. Hast du ein Angbedang? That's a good question. Okay, so yeah, that's coming out. And Tekken Tag Tournaments 2. Really? You called it TTTT. That was the best you could come up with. Ridiculous alliteration. But why there's a sequel to Tekken Tag, I don't know. Because is anyone here
Snoop Dogg
actually is anyone actually a Tekken fan? Because I really am not.
Nope.
No.
No, I can't say I am.
So can Tekken fans tell me, was Tekken Tag actually well loved? Because when there used to be, I used to go down, here's a little story for him. I used to go down to Cambridge every year to stay with my aunt and uncle. And Cambridge was cool because it was a city and I didn't used to live in a city. So I was like, oh, look at all this shit. And there was a import shop, a computer import shop that focused on games. And they just imported a PlayStation 2. And they had Tekken Tag Tournament on it. And I beat that game in 25 minutes, having never played a Tekken game before. And I don't know, maybe that just left me with a sour impression, but was Tekken Tag actually a good game?
The chat is blowing up. They love it. They're like,
Yeah?
it
They
was
think-
the best Tekken game.
All right, there you go
Well,
then. Okay, so
apparently-
Tekken
apparently
Tag
we
was
missed
good.
out.
All right,
Yeah.
there you go. Now I know.
I
So-
agree with the fans. It's an amazing game.
10 out of 10.
Has never played
Contact
it.
10 out
Tekken.
of 10.
10 out of
Nice.
10.
There we go. There's
But yeah,
my line.
apparently Tekken Tag 2 is coming. That's good, because Tekken 6 didn't seem to really take off all that much, from what I can tell.
Yep.
I mean, it could. There's a
Good
possibility.
contribution, Grendor. I realize why we bring you on the show.
Yeah. I fill in the voids with clarification.
Yep.
Krenzibit is in the house.
I really want to call him Crendog. because that's what
Crendog,
I'm
yeah.
gonna
Saints
call
Row
it.
name.
That totally works.
That's my
his
Saints
nickname,
Row
man.
name. That's
Yeah.
my
Saint
actual
Crendog.
Saints Row name.
That's how it is.
Dog.
Yo, yo.
Crendog.
Ang Badang is.
Oh, by the way, apparently in several countries now, hashtag Engbadang is trending. Get it worldwide, people. Keep it going.
Yeah.
I don't care if you lose people following you on
Ang
Twitter.
Badang.
Just do it. Make it happen. I've already tweeted, have you?
Ang Badang.
I'm
I'm
really-
gonna. I shall tweet too.
There
Ang
we go.
Excited for
Badang.
Rome Total War 2.
Done.
They announced that like
They did. Apparently, if you're in the UK and you go into Eurogamer, you will actually get to play it. So I'm
What?
told.
Sorry?
Mm-hmm. Yep, they're showing it at Eurogamer, the Eurogamer Expo in London. So check it out.
So I really liked the first Rome Total War. That
That's-
was what got me into Total War games.
I got in with the original Medieval, and that's still my. I think Medieval 2 is still my favorite to this day, but most people will say Rome is a slightly better game. I preferred the themes of Medieval, so I think there was a bit more variety there. But regardless, they're both great games. Yeah, Rome 2 is coming. Not that that's anywhere near on the release date yet, but you can play it at Eurogamer Expo. So do feel free to stand in lines, because that's what that expo is really all about. I stood in a lot of lines for that expo. It's still good though. Like for the UK, it's probably the best expo you can go to, so it's worth going to. Give it a shot. What else is coming out? Secret Files 3, don't know anything about that. Faster Than Light is coming out on the 14th. FTL, well worth it. Those of you who see my video on FTL, you probably know that it's a bit of alright, so I would check it out. There is a series coming. We're doing a little mini-series where Ensign Cox will crash the ship, no doubt. We'll see how that turns out. That's going to be... I'm not going to make a promise as to when that's coming, but I'm looking to make something over the next couple of days. But yeah.
Something's better than nothing.
That's pretty much been the attitude of your channel for the longest time, hasn't it? Something better than nothing, folks. There you go. Watch my videos. What else?
Whoa!
Whoa.
Sorry, you were talking about Secret Files 3. You're like, that's a thing. So I was like,
Yeah.
what is that
That's
thing?
is that a sequel to Sequel Files? Yeah, bollocks. Try again. A sequel to
what is
Secret
Secret
Files
Files?
Tunguska. Is that that?
I swear to God, I thought you were about to go, that's a sequel to Secret Files 2, right?
Yeah. That's how I thought it was going.
Flip table. No,
Also a German title, apparently. That one.
yeah, I'm looking at it now. It seems interesting.
Seems interesting.
Yeah,
Secret Files 3 is Geheimaktig 3.
yeah, it's definitely the same guys then.
Yeah. Interesting. Trying
Secret
to figure out
Files
if
3,
it's point and click or if
Angbadang.
it's like, I don't know what this is.
Is this
I'll
Jesse
keep-
being diplomatic now as well? I see how it's happening. It's spreading. That's what it is.
I have no diplomacy.
it might
Here's my
be okay.
diplomacy. Get Mac 3, 10 out of 10.
Bang,
Check,
bang,
please.
bang, bang.
Ang badang. Give me that check.
Dang.
Indeed. Yeah, but that's coming. That's coming on Steam quite soon, actually. I don't know a thing about that game, if I'm totally honest. That's the way it is. What else is coming? On the 18th in the US, Borderlands 2 on PS3, Xbox, and PC. Yes,
Yes.
all over that.
Yeah.
So I'm hopefully getting it prior to release, so I should be able to make a day one video that's actually good. But we'll see. I hope that they do. Like after the Sleeping Dogs video got a million bazillion views, I would quite like to get that early. So we'll see. We'll see if 2K plays ball on that. Then again, I did blast Duke Nukem Forever, so Gearbox might not like me anymore. Oh well.
Who didn't know, really? So
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You
Who
might
actually-
be alright.
I'm gonna find.
forgot
Let's
you.
find out. Like, let's find out who didn't blast Duke Nukem Forever. Let's have a look at the review aggregation.
Look at this, Jesse Cox, 10 out of 10.
Big surprise.
Game of the year. Game of the year. Game of the year.
Extremely interesting gameplay.
I should bear in mind
I was-
that Jesse Cox was drunk the entire time through that game. So
What? No. The game made me drunk with awesomeness. 10 out of 10.
oh man, PC Gamer gave it 80%.
Wow.
PC Gamer, I am disappointed. Like, especially for the PC version, because that was really bad.
Shameful
Oh, God.
display.
PC Games Russia gave it 85. You gamers, never heard of them.
I run that. I run all three of those organizations.
Cyanamite? Who the fuck? How do these guys get on Metacritic and we don't? We just need to start giving review scores, because seriously, nobody visits these websites.
People
I
think
would-
you're a reviewer anyway. They're just like, why do you review this game so badly? It's like, I'm just playing it and giving my opinion.
Right, so, I love the guys at PC Gamer in the UK and the US, but I think this shows a very, very significant rift between the US and UK versions. PC Gamer US gave it 80 out of 100. You want to know what PC Gamer UK gave it? 29 out of 100. Yeah! Oh,
You know
that's
what?
a stinger.
You know what? That's because they were jealous that Duke Nukem is an American icon, and we don't need the rest of the world when we have Duke. 10 out of 10. Paycheck, please.
Bollocks
got
to
you
you,
guys.
Jesse. Bollocks to
I
you.
got you.
Anyway,
Duke Nukem will last forever, man.
it will
Man,
be
when that
forever
Duke Nukem
known
3
as
comes
a...
out, you will so be jealous you weren't on the bandwagon. I'm gonna get that good Duke Nukem
I played
money.
Duke Nukem before it was cool.
Anyway, Borderlands 2 is September 18th on Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and PC. Bear in mind that if you pre-order prior to launch, you do get the first DLC, which is coming out later, the Necromancer, for free. Kind of worth it. I bought a 4-pack because, once again, also kind of worth it. And it's coming out in Europe, I believe, on the 20th, which is really unfortunate because that's the same day that Torchlight 2 comes out. Oh, my.
Comes out on the 21st in the EU.
What, Borderlands?
Yeah, Borderlands 2, the 21st.
Oh, yeah, of course it would, because that's a Friday, isn't it? Yeah, so, Chris, who researched this, you're horribly wrong. You suck. But actually, no, in the UK, it comes out on the 21st. In EU, it comes out on 20th, because I think it's like Thursdays that games come out in the EU sometimes, but in the UK, it's always a Friday, so there's the reason. One way or the other, it is coming out, and it's probably going to be great. We'll see if they really got the PC version right this time, because it was fucking terrible the first time. Really was. What else? Rayman Jungle Run for Android and iPad. It's like, yay, another Temple Run clone, because that's what we needed. Screw that. But it's okay, guys. Don't worry. PC Gaming is saved by Train Simulator 2013.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
Hell
Yeah,
yes.
boy. September 20th. That's the day. Screw Borderlands 2. Screw Torchlight 2.
That's a
Train
Let's
Simulator
Play waiting to happen.
2013.
That's a Let's Play waiting to happen, where it's just
Train
like...
Simulator, I bought it during the Steam sale. So it went on sale, and I was like, this game
that game.
has potential.
The game
We
has
should.
a zombie level,
We should
because
play that
every
game.
game has a zombie level.
Oh my god! Just sit around like it's
It needs
going around this
multiplayer.
again.
It's like, man, the controls. I got the other controls.
Then it would be like that one movie with
What's Denzel Washington?
Denzel Washington and new Captain Kirk, and they're like, "We have to slow down the train."
Is that like the taking of... Oh, no, it's not, is it? I'm trying to think
No,
what
that's the
it's...
taking
No.
Pelham 1, 2, 3. You're talking about Unstoppable. Which,
That's it.
as it turns
The
out, was
most
quite stoppable.
ridiculous premise for like I know it's based on a true story, so it's got to be engaging.
That was a good movie. I enjoyed that very
They're
much.
just trying to stop a train.
But it was a really
It's going
fast
30
train.
miles an hour.
It wasn't
We
going
have
30
to
miles
slow
an hour.
down.
It was way faster than that. You haven't seen that movie. You lie. I own that on
have.
Blu-ray.
I have. When the ending is like, it's gonna go up on 2 wheels. Come on, Denzel. We have to slow the train.
Slow down that train.
That's
I'm
what
gonna
I
make my
imagine
Let's
that game would
play.
be like.
I'm
Train
gonna make my
Simulator
Let's
is
Play
you
of
and
that
Denzel.
game.
Oh my
Exactly like
You're
that.
not allowed to do that because apparently that's what Nerdcube does anyway. It's like he made his name on making Let's Plays of like garbage truck simulator and shit like that. So you'll get shouted at for copying on YouTube. But
Oh my god!
it's copying on
That's
YouTube.
what we gotta get in. We gotta get in very early. We gotta get in.
How can
on
you
the
copy something that's
day.
already horribly unoriginal, one might ask? Don't worry, the fanboys of PewDiePie, Uberhacks Nova, and TotalBiscuit will tell you right after this break. Ah, God.
Wait, are we really taking a break?
No, we're going to do that after we talk more about Torchlight 2, because we skimmed over it. Because Torchlight 2!
I was like,
Putting brakes in your brakes in your brakes.
Torchlight 2! Torchlight
Torchlight-
2!
it's almost like you really like that game.
Yeah, just a bit.
I
Maybe.
like it too.
I played more
10
of
out of
it.
10.
I actually have video footage from PAX of Act 2. Direct feed, which I'll bring you in the next few days. It's still good. Even after Act 1, it's still good. It gets harder. They've redone the skill system a little bit more, so the UI's a lot better. They've got rid of the whole one-point wonder thing, whereby you just kind of dip a point in, and it's like, all right, I've got this skill, and upgrading it's only going to give me, like, +1 damage or whatever. Every 5 levels of a skill, you get a significant tier bonus. So you've got like 3 tiers of every skill. So at 5, 10, and 15, you get a significant boost. So you can make builds where you shoot for like tier 1 in certain skills. You can go tier 3 in others. It's really interesting. And the item generation's better. They've redone the gem system. It's still good. It's Torchlight. And pretty much everything about it is great in its current form. So I'm looking forward to that coming out. And it's got a single player. And it's got LAN. And it's got no stupid bloody gold auction house. GG. And it's got mod support.
What are you comparing it to?
I can't imagine.
Curious.
And also that mod support is now Steam Workshop, which means mods will actually get made for it. So, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
That's always good.
It is. And it's $15 or whatever.
What, is Torchlight 2 itself?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't realize it was so cheap.
Yeah, it's stupid cheap. It's I think if you could still buy it for pre-order. Let's see. It's all right. So if you buy it on its own, it's $20 and you get a free copy of Torchlight 1 if you pre-order. If you buy it as a 4-pack, it's $15 each. So
Wow, okay.
yeah, that's
Yeah, I'm getting that after the show.
Yeah, it's fairly legit. It's difficult to argue with that, quite frankly. So I'm looking forward to seeing Torchlight 2 essentially become the Diablo 2 of Torchlight, which is what they were shooting for. They wanted to make an experience that reminded you of Diablo 2. They wanted to improve on the issues with the original, which was essentially Diablo 1. And they have succeeded in every possible aspect, as far as I can tell, from what I've played of it. So I'm looking forward to it coming out. It'll be great.
You'll win back all the Diablo 3 people that love Diablo 2.
Yeah, wouldn't be difficult. It's like, hey, see these guys that are on our team? They actually made Diablo 2. They probably know what they're doing. Let's play this game. But yeah, Torchlight 2 is... I can't say enough good things about that game. It looks great. They've taken so much feedback on board. They've rebuilt the game in such a way that makes sense in every way without compromising what made those games the way that they were in the first place. So you can't argue with that.
I think we're missing the biggest release of September. That's on the 25th.
Oh.
There is
Oh,
Tokyo Jungle for PS3.
Yes, of course, that one.
I see. You thought I was going someplace else.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're not going to talk
I did
about
actually.
that.
I thought you were going there.
That's in like 2 weeks' time. We didn't actually want to go that far into the release list, but okay, fine. Tokyo Jungle, yes, on PS3,
Tokyo Jungle.
whereby you can play a carnivorous zebra and various other animals.
Again, for those who have not seen this trailer, go after we're done here, go and look it up, and trust me, the trailer is amazing. You basically are in a post-apocalyptic Tokyo that humans are dead. I don't know where they went, but you're animals, and you can be everything from like a chicken to a squirrel to a lion.
Panda.
You can be anything, and you like live your
Where
life.
are you going with this, Crendor? I can't imagine.
I don't know. Pandas are just in Japan and Asian culture, so I just thought it might be
First
part of the game.
off, they're not, but they're pandas. They're from Japan, right? Yeah.
Oh, apparently Tokyo Jungle supports PS Vita remote play, so you actually have a decent game to play on your Vita for once.
I'm going to roll as someone is correct. If you can be a chicken, I'm going to be a carnivorous chickens, and you can create like families of chickens, and I'm going to have like 100 chickens rolling with me. We're going to take over Tokyo. We'll call it
the white trash chicken family.
My child will be named Honey Boo Boo Child. We'll go around.
No. Ad break
Honey
time.
Boo Boo Child.
No. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the final part of the Game Station podcast. Host topics. Martin, you are one of the two guests this week, so why don't you regale us. Let's try that. Regale us. I don't even know which one that is. I think it's regale. Let's go with regale.
I think it's regale.
Yeah, regale sounds right. What the hell does regale mean?
Regale.
Regale.
Define regale. Here we go.
Sounds like
Entertain
I
or
regaled my food.
Oh no, it says, did you mean regale? Okay, never mind.
Yes,
regale.
I meant regale. Okay, yeah.
Regale theme goes with everything.
It does indeed. All right, regale us with a tale. More specifically, your host topic. What you got?
Well, this is really something that when I told people I was coming on the podcast, a lot of people asked me what you guys would think of it, and we could discuss it. And that's the whole thing of Steam's big picture, the whole thing of bringing Steam to people's televisions. The choice of mouse and keyboard, but they do have it with controllers in mind. It looks like it's specifically an Xbox controller in mind, but I don't know. What do you reckon to? I mean, they've got an incorporated browser, gaming, and they kind of want to, take the experience everywhere. And I don't know how people feel about it. I mean, obviously, OnLive was a sort of similar idea. And, with Steam's name and stuff, do you think that one will fly, or do you think it'll fail like OnLive has a little bit?
Well, okay, so my opinion on it is as follows. Like, the fact that this is a good time to release it, and the reason it's a good time to release it is now we actually have functional wireless HDMI technology. Yeah? So my PC doesn't actually have to be in the living room. And in fact, Steam very specifically says on the green light, what is it? The big light. God damn it! They released green light and then big picture. So the big light, yeah, big light, same thing.
Big light.
Yeah, big light.
Big light.
Yep. So on green picture, which is actually in the LittleWood's cam right now, then it does list support for wireless HDMI, and it's supposed to work just fine. And like the lag is apparently 1 millisecond, which for most people isn't really going to matter. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're playing competitive gaming, you're not going to do it that way anyway. So who gives?
It's like you're playing Diablo 3.
Or being a webcam on this show, that's also a possibility. Skype's a wonderful thing, folks. But I think that the introduction of that has made a big difference. Before that, I would have said, well, this involves having either a PC in my living room, so either I do it with an HTPC, which is never powerful enough to really give me what I want anyway, or I have to run an HDMI cable or a DV cable through my house in order to make this work. So now it's a good idea. I mean, there are some games that I wouldn't necessarily mind playing on either a big television or on a projector. I think that's the thing people aren't really talking about, is the whole idea of playing it on a projector in a cinema room. That's a much cooler idea than playing it on a television, and there are plenty of games on Steam that would be more than suitable for that essentially just console ports anyway, so that's a pretty damn good idea. I think the only thing you then have to think about is, well, am I still in range with my wireless 360 pad? Here's hoping I am, otherwise it's not going to go very far. Whatever the case, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't think it revolutionizes PC gaming and makes it accessible to everyone. I think it's actually quite the opposite. You still need a powerful PC to run this bloody thing. So, is it going to replace consoles? Well, no. But it's a handy extra feature to have, certainly. And it does bridge the gap a little bit between console living room gaming and at-a-desk PC gaming.
So that's what it is then, because I wasn't quite sure if it was they were going to be releasing a little box that it would run off. It's literally just your PC elsewhere in the house is going to be able to transmit to there.
Yeah, there've been rumors that a Steam box would be coming out, but there hasn't been official confirmation of it yet, so we don't know. But it makes sense that they would then do that. That's probably the next thing they're looking into. They've put big picture out, so they're like, okay, PC can be in the living room too, and then eventually they're going to say, here's a PC at a reasonable price. They might even sell it at a loss. Like, think about it for a second. If that PC's locked into Steam in some way, or even just has Steam on there and says, this is designed to work with Steam Big Picture, they sell it at a loss, and yet they then get people onto Steam that wouldn't be on Steam before.
And they buy the games.
Exactly. That might be worthwhile. They could pull that off. They've got the money for it. You never know.
I feel like if anyone could do it, it would be Valve and Steam.
Yeah.
For sure.
The problem, though, is that even if they create a system that you can buy, like a computer that has Steam locked into it or whatever, eventually Steam games will, because PCs, they aren't confined to we have to limit ourselves for console play. They can keep getting bigger and better and crazier. And so it will almost be like, how could they keep players having the best of what they need in order to play future Steam games? Like, it'd be really difficult, I think, which is probably why that's something they're like, you know what, just do it yourself.
Yep. Incidentally, those in the chat saying they're making a headset that's bullshit and was revealed to be false information. So
a headset, as in
VR, I think.
Isn't Sony making one of
Probably.
those? Didn't they Tokyo Game Show that? They were like,
most likely, yeah. I mean,
we're
Oculus.
making one too.
Well, Oculus
you know,
Rift and the interest
Kickstarter.
from John Carmack and id has pushed this back into the forefront, but no, they're not actually. People were claiming there was a picture of it. It was actually an N-Visor ST50, which is an entirely different thing. So no, it's flat out wrong. That's bullshit. So don't believe
But it
everything
shows
you read.
people want something, like with the popularity. I remember being very, very young, and I went on a vacation to San Francisco, and they had like an entire thing on the pier that was like virtual reality gaming, and that was huge, and that was 18 years ago. So I mean, like it's an entire. I like that it's come back, that circle came back where they were like, it's stupid, it's a pointless endeavor, and now they're like, you know what, we could do this.
Well, the tech's there now. They can miniaturize the screens in such a way that it makes sense, and you get this. The cool thing about these headsets, and this has got nothing to do with what we're talking about, but I guess we'll talk about it anyway, is that you get this really wide FOV that you don't otherwise get on monitors, and you can also have a really big screen in a really small area because it's right next to your face. That, if anything, actually bridges the gap between living room gaming and desk gaming, because that's plugged into my PC, and then I can play wherever. So as long as I have either I use a keyboard and mouse or I use a pad, doesn't matter where I am. I could be in a goddamn broom closet and I'd still have this VR experience, although it might smell a bit bad.
Or give you super eye strain.
Yeah. I wonder if that's going to be a Virtual Boy thing all over again.
Yeah. I love the fact that this goes back to the phone thing we had earlier. It's all Star Trek. All this is leading us towards a holodeck, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with.
Yeah, well, that's
a shame the world will end before all this happens.
Damn it, Mayans!
Don't even talk about Revelations 2012. Don't even talk about it. That's.
Oh god.
But yeah, big picture seems cool, and you can build a PC that will run Steam games at the same level as a 360. There's actually a good thread on Reddit's r/builderpc where they say, let's make a big picture box. Let's see how cheap you can make one that makes sense. And there was one, where did they put it? This was here just a minute ago. It's probably just disappeared now, but they were saying that you could build one that would run stuff at 720p at around the level of a console for around $380. So
wow,
it's not that bad. And if you think about the money you actually save through Steam sales, it actually becomes a better value proposition than a console would be, in theory.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
PS3 started at like 500, didn't it?
$599 US was the price of the PS3 on launch, and now, of course, it's much lower than that. Yeah, someone made one for 326, which has an AMD A8, so it's got a bulldozer in it, which is the 8-core. It's got a micro ATX motherboard. It's got 4 gigs of DDR3, which it's enough. That's enough to play games. 1 gig hard drive. This little ATX mini tower case, 430 watt Corsair power supply, and an optical drive. Doesn't actually have onboard graphics. No, it doesn't have a graphics card in it. It uses the onboard, but then you can easily add like a mid or entry level graphics card, and it'll still be as good, if not better, than a console.
It blows me away sometimes. It's insane.
I think what you just said goes to show that consoles are just garbage.
They're old.
Yeah.
Well, they're old.
Garbage.
They are now. It's like almost 8... the technology is basically 8 years old at this point. So if you're running on a PC that was 8 years old, then what would you expect to get out of that? The thing is that they've had to work within those confines for 8 years, and they've done incredible things. They really have. Using that hardware to its absolute maximum, and without falling into the trap of making a 32X, It's like, let's add a 32X, let's do that, let's do expansion cards, not doing that kind of stuff. So, it's amazing what they can do with consoles now, but we are waiting on the new generation to kick things up. I think that while this sounds great and all, the problem is that if you were to purchase these parts and build it yourself, you're probably a pretty savvy guy anyway, and the chances are you're going to be into gaming on a desk, on a PC anyway. The problem is...
So why?
Yeah, here's the big thing that gets in the way of Steam big picture, is the fact that if you want to get new people into PC gaming, you need to do it in such a way as so that you can set it up as easily as you can a 360. I want to go into a shop, buy a machine that's exactly the same as everyone else's. I know it will perform exactly the same as everybody else's machine, and I know if I put a CD in it, it will work. You can't do that right now with a PC. You cannot do it. Even if you buy something at Best Buy or PC World that's pre-made, it's still a piece of shit, and it probably won't work properly. And especially won't be any good for gaming. So
and
that's the
filled
hurdle.
With a bunch of crap you don't want or need.
Yeah, bloatware all over the place.
Yep.
That's why the Steam box is actually a good idea. That's why I think Valve wants to get into that idea, because they realize that that's the barrier to entry. And if they can break open that barrier to entry, then they get more customers.
Yeah.
There he is. I was waiting for that. That's what I was waiting for.
Filling in! Ang the dang.
And dang.
but dang. Jesse?
Oh, we've lost Jesse again.
Yeah, he's frozen
Yeah.
up. I thought he's looking particularly smug today. So.
I'm not frozen.
You are definitely frozen. Trust me, you're frozen on this end. But yeah, anyone else got any other thoughts on big picture? Because I have a feeling like I spoke for about 95% of that segment. Does anyone else want to actually talk about it?
I think you pretty much covered it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you're right. You're absolutely right when it comes to everything about it. I mean, the idea of PC gamers, most gamers who play on PC, and I say most not knowing anything, but you can make up facts and figures all the time. 90% of PC gamers know what they're doing when it comes to PC creation, or at least not putting it together, but at least knowing what they need to put in it. So if they buy it somewhere, they know what they need. And it seems sort of like, I guess, it would be targeted towards people who have no clue. And they just sort of, they see PC games as, we talked about modding. I know a lot of people were pissed that Skyrim, for example, has a huge mod community on Steam and nothing for 360. And so even though they get stuff like Dawn Guard a month early, they're missing out on tons of other things.
But they got Hearthfire. Hearthfire's good, right, guys? Yeah?
Make a house. Yes.
The Sims Skyrim
So-
edition.
And the thing is they're like, oh, you can make a house now. Ironically, there have been mods out there where you can make houses for months. So it's nothing special.
Yeah.
And I think that when people realize that, they'll be very sort of like,
God
yeah.
damn it.
Is there a mod that makes the combat good?
No, afraid not. Oblivion had one. It took ages, though. It also was really hard to install, but they did actually eventually fix that. But no, the combat's still terrible in Skyrim. That's how it is. But people are screaming in the chat, talk about it on live, talk about it on live. Like, fuck, well, for one, fuck on live in that respect, because comparing Big Picture to on live is stupid, because all Big Picture is a mode for Steam. You still play your existing PC games on your existing PC hardware. It's just an easier way to do it on your television, which you could do previously, but it wasn't designed that way. They've designed an interface that works well with controllers and is the right size to be used on your PC. And if you were to happen to use the wireless HDMI tech, switching between the two is pretty much seamless. Or if you do that with a projector as well. If I feel like I want to play a big epic game on my projector or on my big TV instead of my monitor, then Big Picture is great for me if I have this wireless HDMI. So as long as I have that tech, it's fine. On Live was entirely different. On Live's like, play PC games on your television. Why? 95% of these are just console games that are more pixelated. Why not just buy a console? And it's like, oh, well, you can play some PC games as well. Yeah, but all those PC games are really, really low requirements, and I can play them on my netbook or my 10-year-old machine. It's like, play Sid Meier's Pirates. I can play that on my iPhone, for God's sake. And the iPhone version is arguably better in places. So that was pointless. On Live, it doesn't even become part of the discussion as far as I'm concerned. It's a different thing. It's aimed at a different market. It was aimed at people. I don't know what it was aimed at. This is the thing I said when OnLive first came out. What is this aimed at? Who are they trying to sell this service to? Who wants to buy full-priced games that they don't own, that they can't modify, that are running on a computer 1,000 miles away, that they can maybe play through their devices? Who wants to do that?
Not me.
I think it sounds like a terrific idea. 10 out of 10.
It was
Check, please.
OnLive was only any good because of that whole monthly subscription thing you had, where you could play a bunch of games, but you couldn't even play the good ones. Like, I want to play Arkham City. No, you can't do that, but you can play Sid Meier's Pirates. That's a good game, right? It's like, yes, it is a good game, but it's also about 10 years old, so this is not interesting. But yeah, so OnLive doesn't matter. OnLive's got nothing to do with Big Picture. Don't even bring it into the conversation. Big Picture makes sense, and it's nice that they put that service into Steam, and I applaud them for that. It doesn't excite me all that much because currently I have no use for it. But I think that in the future I might, and in combination with a Steam box, which I think is where the industry is obviously going. Why would it not? Why bring in Big Picture if you're not going to then bring in hardware to support it later on? Why not? You know, it makes sense. It's good. It's a nice little service to have. I don't mind.
I feel
Pretty
like
much.
OnLive created their product, and then they were like, oh, wait, who do we market this to?
Right.
And then they're just like, well, let's make YouTube ads. And they're just like, what is cloud gaming?
What
And
is
they're
cloud
just-
gaming?
they
Cloud
themselves
gaming
don't
is
know.
about this.
Yeah. They're hoping somebody will tell them.
That is,
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
kind of funny.
They're
Their
like, what
ad
is
the
cloud gaming,
question.
guys?
We
Like,
don't know.
We don't
actually.
even know.
The only good thing about I like the tech. Don't get me wrong. It was impressive tech. It's like, hey, these games almost work. But the best thing about it was the ability to play demos of any game for 30 minutes. That was what I used that service for. That was great. It's like, play any game for 30 minutes for free. Awesome! That's pretty cool. And you can do it instantly without having to worry about a big download, which is always nice. But again, internet's getting faster and faster. Big downloads are less of a big deal.
I think that's part of it. I think part of it was the fact that we weren't ready for OnLive. Like, technically, I think with this whole new like Google Internet thing, 1 gigabyte, per second, that could support OnLive. But
what's the point? Because if you have an internet connection that good, you can also just download the game in about 3 seconds. So it's like, what's the benefit? It takes longer to load it on their OnLive machine than it does for me to download it and install it on Steam.
Was it for people who don't? You're right. It makes no sense. Was it for people with like crappy computers? But if you had a crappy computer, it'd be difficult to stream it.
Yeah, it was for people. Well, it was for people with crappy computers and amazing internet that didn't have a console, that were also within 1,000 miles of a data center, that were also okay with having a crappy computer yet spending $60 per video game, which is a grand total of nobody.
And the weird thing is OnLive had a huge presence at E3.
They were there at Eurogamer as well.
Yeah,
I got my free micro console from them.
And it seems like
they were nice guys,
Everyone there was like really passionate about what they were doing, and they were like, this is, we got this. We know what we're gonna do. We just need to get there.
Well, they created amazing technology. They created essentially the Phantom. They made the Phantom console. That's what they did.
The problem is what they gave, like, technology's there, but the product wasn't. There was nothing worth stream playing there.
I know, I disagree. I very much disagree. OnLive had all sorts of really good games. Like when I played it at Eurogamer,
that you couldn't just download?
No, but we're talking about there were high-spec games that were on OnLive that you could play on any machine. You could play Deus Ex Human Revolution on a netbook. You couldn't. That is impressive tech. They have Darksiders 2 on there. They've got Darkness 2 on there. They've got Batman Arkham City. Assassin's Creed
all
Revelations.
unnecessary.
Well, that's part of the
Yeah,
problem.
but that was the problem. That's
people
what
look at it and they're just like,
who's
that's
buying
pretty
it?
cool. But then it's like, do I need it? It's like,
No.
not really.
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? It's still amazing tech, and they still had good games.
I'm no marketing genius, but the strategy they went with was, we're going to have PC games, and we're going to find a way. Like, it's basically you get the exact same games.
The stupid thing is, they didn't really have PC games, though. The majority of their AAA titles were not PC.
But they had ports. I mean, like, if you go back and look through it, they had a lot of games you could just get on Steam. They should have focused all their attention and money on trying to get games that were console exclusives and be like, you can play these with a controller or something on a PC.
Good luck. There's no way in a million years that they'd be allowed to do that, though. That's the problem.
That's what would have made that company viable. You're right. There's no way a console, Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft would let that happen. Yeah. But their company would have been viable if they could have pulled that off. Yes. Because everything else, like computer games, just buy them and you're fine. And you don't need to worry about internet or streaming or anything.
Yeah. I like the idea that there's one thing that I actually did right, is that you can try it for free and you could also rent PC games. The problem is that the PC games you were renting, again, were console games that you could rent. You could go to a Redbox or go to a video store or Netflix or Love Film or anything like that, and you could just get those for a console anyway. It's just work of this weird market that are willing to pay a bunch of money for video games and yet not own a console, which costs you about 99 quid. I mean, come on. Anyway, this is completely off topic. Can we, Crendor, right, bring in your host topic and then we'll wrap this show up. What you got?
All right. Well, I was thinking I even made a video on it. I was thinking with Guild Wars 2 and all the things that everyone was like, yeah, Guild Wars 2 is going to change everything, but it's still the base model. So I was wondering, I saw somebody make a topic like, well, it'd be cool if they made WoW 2, but all they wanted was like updated character models and
like
stuff.
They just wanted better graphics and maybe a better combat system. But not too much better, because that would be unfamiliar.
So it made me think, like, will there ever be an MMO that like revolutionizes the way MMOs are played?
We were talking about this the other night while we were playing. Yeah,
I think PlanetSide 2, right? That's pretty much what PlanetSide 2 is.
But I mean, I think we're talking MMORPG.
Yeah,
like there's
let's
yeah.
be specific, because the thing about MMOs is that any game can in theory be an MMO if the technology's there.
Yeah.
So it's like now we're really getting into the realm of MMO FPS. We had it back in 2003, but it sucked. Now it's good because we have the technology to make it work. But MMORPGs is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And we had this conversation the other night, and it's basically the way things would change is if you could change leveling. Like all other parts of the game are open to interpretation, but leveling systems, that's what RPGs are. I mean, in every type of RPG, you have to go from being level 1 to level whatever.
Yeah, even if it's hidden. Because
Right.
people are about to shout Secret World at me, and I'll say that was just an obfuscated leveling system. There's no levels, technically, but there are skill points and talents, so you essentially have a level anyway.
It's like EVE Online.
Yeah. It's like in EVE Online, you essentially have a level as well, even if you don't want to admit it. It's there. When you earn those different... I can't remember what they were called now. Shit, I haven't played EVE
It's like
in ages.
traits or something. I forget what it's called.
Well, they're just skills, aren't they? You just train skills.
Yeah.
So,
But even then, like, you could be like, oh, I'm playing with all the good people, and, like, I can do the same things as them. But it's like, well, you can't fly a big ship because you haven't spent a month training this skill that you need.
well, it's also the same as, like, there were technically levels of tech in there. There's, like, you fly a tier 2 ship, a tier 3 ship, you use tier 2 weapons, stuff like that. So it's still there, but it's obfuscated. It's not the same kind of thing. So are you talking about removing leveling entirely from role-playing games?
No. Something needs to be changed where if you play an RPG, a single-player RPG, the leveling, you never really feel like I'm grinding out levels unless you want to do like, I need to get to level 99 at the end game when you're like right before the final boss just to do it. But as you play the game, you never really feel like I'm doing this because I have to do this. It's not like most good RPG single player, that's the way it is. Every MMO, you always hit a point where you're like, I am just grinding out the Mr. Pandarius on the 25th. I guarantee most people playing that are
I want to get to 90.
I need to get to 90. I need to grind out this in a week so I can start raiding.
Yeah.
That's a major issue in MMORPGs. People I've got to grind out these levels. I got to do this, and
The game
they miss out on the experience.
Terrible job of hiding it. I think Guild Wars 2 does a better job of hiding it, but it's still not perfect. You still have the whole levels and things like that.
I tend to find in Guild Wars 2, though, that if you do everything in an area, if you're 100% in the area, you find the vistas, points of interest. I've not had to grind once in Guild Wars 2, and I'm nearly level 30, so I'm sort of
you
halfway
don't.
through the game. And then even if you do have to get to that point where maybe you do need an extra level or two, I'll just hop into World versus World. And in that is fun. I can go there and play with friends.
But
and
you are
I'm like,
still
oh,
trying
crap.
to attain a level, though. Like, it's not
Yeah, I
grinding
guess so,
per
yeah.
se, because, I've said this 1,000 times before. This kind of stuff isn't grinding. If you want grinding, go play an old MUD where you had to go kill rabbits for over and over again, because it was the only thing you could kill because everything else would kill you. That was grinding. This is not grinding, but you're still trying to attain a specific level, which is a very arbitrary number, in order to do certain pieces of content.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
That's why it's like, could you ever replace that? Like, I don't know if...
With great difficulty. In single-player games, you still technically need to be a certain level to do pieces of content. But again, obfuscated. At certain parts of the game, you unlock bits of the story. It's the same thing, except in MMOs, they don't really lock that away. It's there, you just can't really do it. Like, it's, this guy has a silver quest icon. That means I'm going to be dealing with him later, but I can't deal with him now. Whereas single-player RPGs, like, they have much more control over what you do and where you go, and as well as the whole single-player story experience, which I don't think you can ever truly replicate in an MMO without getting rid of the MMO aspect.
And I mean, you saw that in Star Wars, where they gave you a great story experience, but suffered on the MMO front. Basically, there's a lot to be desired in that game, but the story is the best part. Like, the leveling process is better than the rest of the game combined.
Well, yeah, it is.
But, yeah.
And that's a problem, because MMOs need to survive for longer than a month. You need to play an MMO for longer than a month. If I play Dragon Age, beat Dragon Age in a month, and then put it down, then BioWare considers that a success. They'd obviously like me to buy their terrible DLC as well, but they consider that mostly a success. Whereas with Old Republic, it's like, you didn't play for 6 months and pay sub for 6 months? Ugh, that didn't do well. So you've got to entertain someone for half a year. That's pretty difficult.
Like, could there ever be an MMO RPG where you just like jumped into endgame like right away?
Yes.
But then
you'd have to
it would be beginning game because like it's all about relativeness. Is like I'm at end game. This is awesome, but really you're at beginning end game. And so there'd be some leveling structure because people love to seem like they're more important than everyone else. So maybe it's gear leveling, and so my gear is better than yours. So I'm a tier 7 end gamer, and you're a tier 1. But you'd have to grind up to it.
So there is a way. I'm just thinking of Dark Souls here, and I've been playing a bit of that, and it's awesome and really hard. And Dark Souls, you can take out stuff that you shouldn't necessarily be able to take out if you don't suck. The game allows you to do that, and I don't think at any point do you really feel like you are leveled up enough or you have enough good gear to beat the boss. Yet you can try it whenever you like. Like, it's entirely possible at the start of that game, once you're through the basic level, which is the asylum, once you're out of the asylum, you can go down into, I think it's New Londo, and get your ass handed to you by everything. Or if you're really good, maybe you could actually kill some of that stuff. It's a possibility. I think that if you want to move away from a leveling system, you can't move away from it entirely. Yeah, leveling up in Dark Souls is still an issue because if you don't have enough strength, you can't use certain weapons. You need more endurance to have enough stamina to do enough rolls in certain places to make that work. But you can still beat the game without leveling up if you're astonishingly good. Whereas there are no circumstances in World of Warcraft where you could ever beat an endgame boss at level 1. It cannot be done. So in order to make that work, you must take away the statistics and turn it into a more skill-based game. And there are games trying to do that. Raiders is trying to do that. Guild Wars 2 to some degree tried to do that, but didn't go far enough. I think Raiders goes a bit further. Terra did it a little bit. But I think we need to go full-on kind of Dark Souls MMO if you want something that's just purely skill-based and you want to take leveling. You can't take it out completely. Abandon that idea entirely, but you can make it less important.
Yeah, it's like you have to change the way leveling works. Like the same way like how it used to be so grinding, and then they're like, hey, what if we added in quests? And made it more story-driven instead of grinding. It's like, oh, well, now that makes it less tedious. It's almost like you need either more story or you need less linear whatever. I don't know.
It probably explains why it hasn't been done yet.
Yeah.
Because, it's a hard answer. And no one has it.
That and the technology is only just getting there. Games like Raiders wouldn't really be possible a few years back because netcode wasn't good enough to track that stuff. There's a reason why WoW's combat system is as basic as it is, and it's all based on under-the-hood dice rolling and things like that, because back at that point you couldn't support that kind of combat. You couldn't have this whole detection, like, is it in my swing arc? I'm swinging my sword at this moment, and I want moment-to-moment responsive combat. You can't do that, at least not back then. You can now. So I think we're getting it. We actually may get to that point, but in doing so, you've also got to create a game that is very skill-based, and leveling is still going to be a part of it, because otherwise it's not going to be much of an RPG, is it? It's just going to be an action-adventure.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts on that particular topic before we have a look at some videos?
Nope. Ang badang.
Ang
Ang badang. Draw a line below it.
All right, I want to play a couple of trailers before we show you some of the stuff that's from TGS. So I've got a couple of fairly interesting trailers. I've got one for Antechamber and one for Closure. And I don't think any of these trailers are going to give you any impression of what the game is. So let's just start with Antechamber for the sake of it. Let's have a look at what they've got to say about that particular game. there you go, and you probably don't have a clue what that was all about. I don't blame you.
Did anyone else find that horrifying?
That reminded me of
I
that
was,
game.
I was
with that,
really tense. Like, what is happening here?
that
Yeah,
game
that's
about that guy's dreams.
Yes, that's what it reminded me of. I think it's this Japanese dude who like had dreams and wrote down like everything that happened in his dreams, then made a game where every level is his dreams, and it's like crazy pants.
Yeah.
And it's sort of unsettling. I don't know why, but I was like, what is this?
So, TB, have you said you've played this? Because this to me looks like it's some kind of, I don't know, some kind of like puzzle Portal-esque game, but I could be completely wrong from that.
Yes, that's kind of what it is. I'm just trying to figure out why people are tweeting the word MERP at me for no reason. I was like, what, Middle-earth role-playing? What about it? Anyway, besides the point, yeah, it's... To say that it's like Portal is unfair to it, because it really isn't. It doesn't rely on a gimmicky game mechanic. I mean, Portal is entirely based on the portal gun. Portal would not exist without the portal gun. We can safely say that. Antichamber isn't based on anything. I mean, there is an item that you saw in there that looks kind of like a portal gun that's just kind of a device which allows you to manipulate the environment in some way, but we played about half an hour of it at PAX, and that just wasn't even there. Like, the entire first half an hour of that game is trying to figure out how the hell you advance in the game. And I did a playthrough with it, and hopefully once we get the drive back from Drive Savers, I'll be able to show you this, because it's actually pretty crazy. The idea is to unlearn everything you've learned from video games. Like, he wanted to completely deconstruct every genre trope and every game mechanic and just throw it out the window and say, you've got to think in a different way now. And the way that he explained everything is like, you're actually some kind of supervillain. Like, that's who you are. You have this giant pulsating cranium, and you think about things in a different way to everybody else. And that's what really made me interested in it.
I think he was just talking about you. No. Like, look, you have a giant pulsing cranium.
Oh, baby. Check out
I
my
already
giant
see the
pulsating
people.
cranium.
I already
But
see people making Let's Plays of that, and there's going to be the people that have beaten it and be
And it'll
like,
be
just do this.
And it'll be
All
terrible.
you gotta do
It'll
is
be
put the
terrible.
puzzle.
It'll be fucking awful. That's a game that I'm really not looking forward to seeing Let's Plays of. It's going to be disgusting. It'll be horrendous. Because the game actually is, it's beautiful in a very weird way. It's very clinical, as you saw, like really washed out colors. It's got a great soundtrack and things like that. And the whole thing is an atmospheric mindfuck. Like the way that it made you tense, yeah, it should. It is creepy. It is genuinely creepy. But when you figure something out, you feel so smart in that game. It's like, they give you these subtle little hints, which are actually these kind of hand-drawn pictures on the wall. And they also give you these little messages, and it's like, once you figure out where he's going with it, it's like, I feel so smart. And then the game hits you with something else like, I'm a dumbass. I have no idea what's happening. But yeah, it's good, and you should definitely check it out. I think it's coming out in October, if I recall correctly. Go check it out, the URL you just saw on the screen, so by all means.
a dream game was called LSD.
LSD.
There's actually a new one, I think, that's very similar, where a guy wore like a camera sensor for a year, and it recorded everything he did and his neural patterns for dreams or some shit, and he put it all together into a game. And so it's like you experience a year of his life through like the trailer. There's a man with a tree for a head. Like, I'm like, okay, this is crazy.
What if you can mod that game?
Where do you find these games? Like, where do you read about them?
It's not that hard.
Man, where did I read about that? I think I don't know. I don't want to give credit to a site that doesn't deserve it, but it might have been Kotaku, maybe, but I don't know. I don't think so. I have no clue.
Well, whatever the case, Andy Chamber looks awesome, and it's, I think, only for certain kinds of people. I'll probably play a little bit of it. There's, again, the video that I did at PAX is probably the most explanation you'll need, and I'll bring that out when we get the hard drive back. But there is another game I'd like to look at, and this is nonetheless weird, but maybe a little bit more traditional. This is a PlayStation 3 game that's just come out on PC, and it's called Closure, and it has a very unique art style indeed, so let's take a look. There you go, Closure, rather dramatic, and as you can see by the release date, it actually did come out in March, the end of March in PlayStation, but it has only just come out on Steam, so I've also played this, and the principle behind this game is, if you can't see it, it doesn't exist. That's the whole point of the game. So, if there is no light on something, it's not there. The game considers it not being part of the game world, and that generally involves you falling to your death into a bottomless pit.
Right. Okay. So is it really heavily based on use of the torch then?
Yeah, it's manipulating light is a very important thing. Like you can bring light globes around, you can angle torches and things like that. But as you saw in that actual video, there are times when you need to not have the light there, because otherwise you can't get past actually past that bit of the level. But if you go outside the light, you generally just die because you fall off the level. So it's interesting.
I noticed the top comment says it's so much less atmospheric than the original Flash version. So is this
it was
based
on
off-
Yeah, Newgrounds.
Yeah, they built originally a game like this on Flash, and then they completely remade it and brought out a proper game with that kind of mechanic.
Same sort of thing as Spelunky had recently as well. I noticed as well there's a whole thing of you have that one character to start with and it collects different masks. Do you collect the masks and then you can pull them out whenever you want for certain abilities, or are they presented to you to solve the puzzle that you're presented with?
Really good question. Couldn't tell you. Like, much as what I played of it at PAX, we never got a mask because it was at the start of the game, so it's difficult to say.
Okay.
But
That'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, it's got a really good soundtrack. It's aesthetically, I wouldn't say aesthetically pleasing. It's aesthetically creepy as fuck. But it's nice though. It's really kind of cool. But yeah, it is based on the Flash game that they made. So before anyone points that out,
I like how someone said. So basically, it's like being a baby. Then if you can't see it, it doesn't exist. That's
pretty
kind
much.
of a great comment.
Pretty much. That's how it is. Alright, so that's that. Alright, we've got a couple of TGS videos want to show you before we leave. Just to stop people from pestering me on this issue, I should probably mention the whole Middle-earth role-playing thing. I was trying to talk about it in that segue that Jesse Cox derailed about 2 hours back, but... So,
I did a good job. It's 2 hours back.
I don't want to talk about it in great detail because I covered it in great detail in the mailbox that came out today on my channel, but there's a mod for Skyrim called Middle-earth Role-Playing. And they've been working on it since Oblivion for like about 6 years. And they're trying to recreate Lord of the Rings with a big Lord of the Rings RPG experience. And have the Ring Bearer quest and everything like that. And them being idiots decided not to bother to ask Warner Brothers, who actually hold the rights to this stuff, before they started making it back in 2008. And they just got cease and desisted on it. Which, you know, I still feel sympathy for them. Because even if they were naive and silly, they did put a lot of work into this. And it doesn't really make a lot of sense for them to C&D this. It's not like it hurts the franchise. It's actually quite the opposite. So there is currently a petition going on to try and get Warner Brothers to change their mind. If you do want to sign that petition, it is tinyurl.com/savemerp. MERP. So tinyurl.com
is that what MERP
save
is?
MERP. Yeah, Middle-earth Role-Playing. Which, funnily enough, is also the name of a pen and paper. It's like everything they took in this game actually is from somewhere else, which was not very smart. But regardless, there's so much work put onto it. It would be a real shame if it were to be screwed over at this stage. So tinyurl.com/savemerp if you wish to sign that petition. And of course, there's more information if you just look for Middle-earth Role-Playing. PC Gamer did an interview about the whole situation, and it's really kind of sad.
Indeed.
Thanks, Crendor.
Thanks,
You're
Crendor.
welcome.
You're a big help.
Thank you.
Indeed.
All right, well, let's round up by having damn it, I think I crashed codepetition.com. No, it's working. It's still working. You can check it out. And there's a website link there and everything you possibly need. All right, anyway, couple of videos from TGS, actually. We've got a little review of Tekken Tag Tournament 2 on TGS. So it is time for tea. We'll have a quick look at that. You can check it out over on youtube.com/thegamestation. Looks something like this.
Tekken has been alive and kicking for over a decade now, coming back into prominence with Street Fighter Cross Tekken and a virtual avalanche of cross-platform titles seeking to overthrow its more accessible competitors. But does the latest offering from the series finally crack the casual market, or is the title doomed to die facing the wrong way on a dusty shelf? Alliteration aside, here's our review of Tekken Tag Tournament 2. Tekken Tekken has a ton of great characters that fans have been hoping to see make a comeback for what seems like an eternity. This game digs deep into franchise history and pulls out everyone from the alternate skins to the boss unlocks to the joke characters of every arcade stand-up and console port from the last 15 years. Altogether, over 50 fighters spanning every game are thrown together for this tag matchup. So guys who spent all their pizza quarters on Tekken 1 can finally pit June against those little Tekken 3 pukes who spam True Ogre's flame breath at the roller rink. I'm looking at you, Andy. I can see you through the computer. Casual players, run and hide because this game is not for you. Your weak displays of 5-hit kick combos and feeble grapple holds mean nothing to those who will derive full enjoyment from this title. Hardcore fighting fanatics. This game is not as flashy as Persona or Street Fighter, but there's a satisfying depth to the move pool that makes duels between two pros seem more like an art house film. You can see the rhythm begin to form as throws move into parries, which move into counters. The new tag combos fit right in. Or you can opt for a single fighter if you feel like focusing on one character instead of two. You can even create a customized combat that uses moves from any of the characters you've beaten in tutorial mode, proving even more that this whole game.
Well, there we go. Just a quick look at that. You can watch the full review over on youtube.com/thegamestation. Gotta say, like, this is just a criticism at the game station, by the way. Sort out your bloody brightness levels. Every piece of footage I've seen from them the last couple of weeks, for some stupid reason, is dark. Stop it. Fix it. Aside from that, it's great. Well, I'm just being equal opportunities here. You know, whenever we play the stuff from the other channels, I always say, oh, this could be better, this could be better. It's like, oh, the game station. This could be better, fix it. Bloody TGS, get it right.
But dang.
Angry dang.
Levels 10 out of a 10.
Yep. Alright, and this is something that's kind of relevant to Jesse's interests. It's the Iron Gamer Skullgirls edition, which is currently out. If you want to see Jesse rarely be good at a video game, this actually might be the time. Either that or everyone else is just horribly worse than he is. Whatever the case, let's take a look.
I like how there's a little cat in the background. He's like, you got it, mister! There's a newsy cat in the background freaking out.
I think I see an ahi tuna back there.
He's like, do not eat me.
Oh no, since it's sharks, it's like reverse. It's like just people hanging back there.
The background of this game is really entertaining. Are you guys still fighting?
What happened?
Oh, okay. I wasn't.
It's more just me getting punched in the face, though.
Josh figured out how to play this game. I'm a little worried.
No,
I'm a
she's
little
actually,
worried.
She's actually
Wow.
played the game before. So.
Wow. Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that
I've
part.
always used a fight stick.
Bruiser is Husky.
Spoilers, the loser is Husky. Wait, that's every single Iron Gamer.
It wasn't even me playing.
Yeah, I know. I didn't
Oh.
want to expand your ego too much. You might not fit in the webcam screen, so.
Oh my god. I just want to point out for the record that
That was my plan, guys!
It's still funny. Right. You were
No,
pointing out,
doing it.
Jesse, sorry?
no, for some reason I have developed a fine skill of button mashing, and I'm very good at it. And I can kick the shit out of anyone in a game just by button mashing. And it's almost like people think I'm ruining the game for them. No, I'm making it better for me. I don't
The
think
thing
they
is that
understand.
anyone that's any good will defeat a button masher. It's just not even a thing.
I will agree with that statement. However, I will also say that game Skullgirls, Davis from the Warp Zone is very good at that game. And he knows all like move combos and stuff. I was literally like a sliver of health away from beating him, just mashing a keypad on a table.
Then he can't be that good at it. Knowing all the moves isn't relevant.
I'm just saying. Look.
The first mistake that people know.
I challenge every.
Oh, damn.
I challenge everyone out there. I'm gonna make at CoxCon 2012, let's say, on December 22nd. I'm challenging
That's
all of
oddly
you.
specific.
December. Well, I'm hoping the world will end. I'm challenging all of you to. I'm gonna play everyone at once in Street Fighter, Super Street Fighter Alpha 7, we'll say, and that's a game, right? And I'm gonna play everyone at once, and I'm just gonna have a row of buttons, and I'm just gonna mash them all, and I will beat all of you.
Right. Okay, well, if you actually want to get Super Street Fighter Arcade Edition and play me, then I will wreck you. So, feel free.
I'll do it. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Go
What
get it on
else?
Steam. Go get it's on Steam. You have no excuse. Go get it. Go get it on Steam, and we'll film it. We'll see what happens.
Challenge to go down, you should buy me a copy.
I will buy you a copy of Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition just to see you suffer.
Good.
It's worth it.
I will button mash Blanca all over you. Button mash.
Feel free. We'll see how that goes down for you.
That one have Jury Han? She's kind
It
of
does have Jury, yeah.
Oh, I love her. Okay.
Yep, you can play Jury.
I might be in love with that character. All right.
You can play Jury then. But regardless, yes, Iron Gamer and Skullgirls, as well as the Tekken Tag Tournament review, currently available for you to watch over on youtube.com/thegamestation. Do watch them. And that really about wraps it up. So let's talk a little bit about what's coming up on our channels this week. Why don't you start, Martin?
Well, I've just started a Jet Set Radio HD playthrough. I'm actually just about to wrap up as well, Zelda Skyward Sword. I was talking to Jesse earlier on about it. He's been struggling with installing stuff to his new PC, and I've been tearing my hair out trying to get the Hylian Shield or whatever it's called to face the final boss. And I had to beat 8 bosses in a row. But now that I've done that, I've got the shield, and I'm actually going to be concluding like what is probably nearly a year-long Let's Play for that. And what else is coming up? I think that's about it. Just live streaming all the usual bits. So come on over.
All right, Jesse, what you up to?
As Martin mentioned, it's not a new PC, but it's a new SSD. So I literally am reinstalling everything, which is why if you've been to my channel recently, I've been wrapping up all my playthroughs and series and stuff. I've been trying to wind them down because I want to get everything off the computer so I can start new with the new hard drive.
Sure.
So finally, it's installed, which means I have downloaded Dead Space, which was a promised video, and Hoodwink, which was another promised video series.
Hoodwink is something we showed on the Game Station podcast probably about a month ago, and it looks great. So
I
will actually watch that. I will go to your channel.
And also today in the mail, because it was super cheap on Amazon, I got this little ditty.
Oh, Heavy Rain? Yes.
I'm finally going to play it. It's the only...
It's not as funny as Fahrenheit is. I'm sorry. It's actually kind of serious most of the time.
That's why I like it, because if you can see, I don't know if it's on the screen. Hold on, let me check. You can kind of see it, but in the background on a chair over there is a bag that says Beyond Two Souls, which is
that's
another
his next
David
game,
Cage
isn't it? Yeah.
The guy who makes this and Fahrenheit and Omicron, I love this man.
Yeah.
He is a mad genius when it comes to games. And Quantic Dreams, I will play every one of their games. And my intention is to find a way to either stream this or get it online somehow because, oh my goodness, I love
capture card and a component cable is all you really need. So
I actually want to find Omicron because in that game...
What? Isn't Nomad Soul on GOG, or am I thinking of something else?
No, it's not. I actually requested it. I said...
Oh, that sucks. Yeah,
I called the guys there and was like, can we get this,
Omicron,
please?
Yeah.
It's on Amazon, but the one that's on Amazon for PC works with, like, ME. That's it. It doesn't work with any other Windows.
Yeah,
it's really old and garbage. And so the reason I want to play it is the guy, the main AI, the premise is crazy, but the main AI is David Bowie.
Yes.
David Bowie, it's his face in that game being David Bowie on another planet. They don't. It's like, I'm David Bowie, I run another planet. What?
Ultra
It's
realism.
amazing. Amazing. David Cage is a genius.
Makes the most sense.
Indeed. Crendor, what are you up to this week?
I am working on more WoW things in a minute. I made Vanilla WoW in a minute. I made TBC in a minute.
I watched Vanilla WoW in a minute, and it was fairly accurate.
Yep. So now I'm working on Wrath in a minute.
I haven't seen TBC in a minute. Does that involve... Please tell me you at least mention the attunement chain. If you don't, you're doing it wrong.
That is half the video.
Good. I was going to say, that thing is huge.
And I started Let's Playing Banjo-Kazooie because I call my Let's Plays average commentary because I don't lie to people.
Pretty much exactly what they are.
And I don't know, various other things that I'll probably be doing. Me and Jesse.
Don't spoil it.
I won't. Okay.
Don't spoil it.
I won't spoil it.
Let's just say 2012. 2012 is coming quickly.
I already know what this is, and it's a terrible thing.
I can't wait. We're playing Revelation 2012, and it's going to be amazing.
It's
and we're
gonna
going to
be
lead up
horrible.
to the end of the world. I kind of want the last episode to be at the end of the world. Although I'm pretty
Be
sure
the
it looks
last thing
loaded
to
to
ever
go.
be put on YouTube before the world
Yes.
ends. God
I
damn.
want when aliens find the remains of our planet. I want that to be what they see. Like, these two assholes blew up their planet. That's what happened.
Yep.
It'll make sense.
And
Fans literally told us it was the worst idea they ever. They're like, TB said it was crap. What
That's
are you
'cause
guys
it
doing?
is.
We're like, that's why we have to.
No,
play
it's
it.
not even crap. It's beyond
so
crap.
good.
It is
It'll
beyond
make
crap.
entertainment.
You
And I
have
know
no idea.
I do this.
You
so
have no idea
I
what
do
you're in for.
News Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I vlog every day. Go to my channels.
Thanks, Don. Oh, where'd Dodger go?
I don't know. I turned into
That's crazy.
Booty
I've
Pie.
never seen that happen before.
I just morphed into Booty Pie.
Now you're like a 1990s
The least
DJ.
enthusiastic version of PewDiePie I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
I wanted to make a series where I played scary games, but I wasn't scared. I'd just be like, oh, all right, we're just playing this game. It's going to be great.
Just monitor. You what? All right.
You can be
has
the anti-pie.
someone has a Bane, like, oh, I'm Bane. I'm playing Slender. You should do Morgan Freeman play Slender.
Good.
Like, get busy living or get busy dying. That'd be an amazing playthrough.
I'm doing that now.
Scruffy the janitor plays Slender. Everyone else has done it. Why not him?
Exactly. Coming this fall.
Indeed. All right, my channel. What the hell's going on? So I've got 7 more PAX videos that are not on that crazy hard drive of doom. I just heard back from Drive Savers. It's like, the good news. It's fixable, by the looks of it. We should be fine with it. We should be able to get your data back. It comes with a free Frogan. Unfortunately, it's like, it's going to cost you $2,000. I'm like, ugh! Okay, I guess. So, yeah, that's getting fixed. I should have it back within a week, and then I'll have day 1 and 2, which is all the really good stuff like Antichamber, like Hawken, all sorts of really good material is on that hard drive. So I've got about 7 PAX videos left, and then that stuff that was on that hard drive. I've got... By the time you see this podcast on the VOD, you'll have seen WTF's Stay Alive, which is a survival game by the guys that made Shank and Mark of the Ninja, which is really kind of interesting. Working on my Transformers video, once again, might be out by the time that you see this VOD. I'm just going to beat the game at this point, because I'm more than halfway through it anyway, so I might as well finish it, and I want to show you the Grimlock levels, so... Yep, Transformers, awesome, and other stuff... I'm actually working on a series that people have asked me for ages, and I'm delivering in the way that they don't want it to be. Because I'm a douchebag. People keep asking me, how do you be successful on YouTube? And my answer is, I don't fucking know, but here's how I was successful on YouTube. So, I'm doing an analysis, like, I've done an entire episode on an analysis of why Worgen Starting Zone 1 is the most popular Cataclysm video on the entire internet, except for the official trailer. And I'd go through statistics and how the whole YouTube ecosystem actually works and how search ranking and things like that happen. So I don't know if I'll even put it out. I recorded the audio and it's like, this seems okay, but it's really dry. I have to wonder if people will actually even watch this shit. But I might put it out. We'll see.
That's how I got popular, pretty much. I made my unreleased Cataclysm trailer, and I got like 1 million views from people searching Cataclysm, Cataclysm trailer.
Wow Cataclysm. Wow Cataclysm was the biggest search referrer to the Worgen Starting Zone video by far. It's huge. So yeah, that's something to look at. I may do it. I'll see. Might work on that in the next couple of days. And FTL. Yeah, we're gonna do FTL. It will be the way that I'm thinking of doing it is I'm going to edit down a playthrough. I've got like 2 playthroughs of the game. I'm going to edit them down to maybe 5 to 10 minutes, and I'm going to do a scripted kind of captain's log thing over it. And hopefully get Jesse and Dodger to maybe do a little bit of voice acting. It's like, there are other people already Let's Playing it. It's like, here, let's watch this 90-minute video FTL. Alternatively, we could just do something better. So I'll see how that goes. It might work. People might hate it. This might be another. What was it? Westfall Noir, which I still think is one of my best videos ever, and most people had no idea what it was. I'm like, that made me so sad. It's like, this video sucks. It's like, you're 10, you don't know what film noir is.
I just. By the way, that's accurate. But I just went to YouTube and typed in Cataclysm, And besides the stuff that's directly from Warcraft, it's literally true. There's WowCrendor, total halibut, right? And I was like, that's exactly
Where's
right.
yours? I mean, I would have thought the day Deathwing came would have been up there for you.
You type in Cataclysm Beta, and it's the first thing.
Yeah.
So Cataclysm Beta is the first thing. My video's there, and then you type in Cataclysm. I'm like maybe 12 down.
Yeah,
but it's still.
It's weird how search terms work, isn't it? Because you're top for Cataclysm Beta, but if you look for WoW Cataclysm, I don't think that video is even on the list. It's not. It's not on that list at all. So it's like, wow, okay, there you go. But yeah, Walking Starting Zone 1 is like number 2 result for WoW Cataclysm underneath Cataclysm Cinematic Trailer. So there you go.
And I guess that probably goes to the idea of teaching people how to work YouTube as well. It's all about what you type in, the algorithms YouTube uses,
tags,
and how you promote it.
Yeah.
Because at the time, all the tags and stuff for my video were focused on Cataclysm Beta. It was like, when people are looking up Cataclysm Beta, I want this to be the first thing to see. And now it's pointless because no one cares about the beta. But at the time, it was like, oh yeah.
You want to tell me? Shall I tell you about how much of a dick I was? So I paid someone £100 to go through all of my Cataclysm videos and rename everything mentioning Cataclysm Beta once Cataclysm came out to WoW Cataclysm Guide.
Nice, classy.
And it did the job. There you go.
That's search engine optimization.
Optimization. I hate optimization. It's so stupid, but you need it. Anyway, I think we're about done. So wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. Check out our channels beneath. Cynical Brit. You can go Total Halibut if you like, but Cynical Brit points to the same place. So you can do that. Follow us on Twitter. My Twitter is TotalBiscuit, or Cynical Brit if you just want the videos and none of the ranting.
Facebook.com/Crendor, Twitter.com/WowCrendor, YouTube.com/WowCrendor.
I'm InTheLittleWood on everything.
InTheLittleWood, yes. On
everywhere.
There you go.
Everything.
Uniformity. And Jesse Cox, you have Jesse Cox and OMFG Cato, if I recall correctly.
Yes, also go to Shibuzi.com. Shibuzi.com is the best place on the internet, and TunaGaming.com.
TunaGaming.com.
Which is the unofficial official fan site.
It is the only fan site
podcast
for this podcast, so...
It's the Angbadang.
It is the Angbadang.
That'll be their competition. The new site will be angbadang.com, and it'll be against Tuna Gaming. There's going to be this epic rivalry that will last the ages.
Are you kidding me? Angbadang is just going to link to Tuna Gaming. You click Angbadang and it just takes you to Tuna Gaming.
Pretty much.
It's about to happen.
All right, folks, we're done. We are gone. Thank you very much for watching the TGS podcast. Check out our channels. Check out youtube.com/thegamestation. If somehow you find your way to the show and aren't actually watching that channel, go do it, you silly people. We are done. Good night. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Hi.
You want to try that again? Should we come back from the... You want to try that again? Let's try that again, shall we? Let's try it again.